na vitu mbili tatu, the things that we are doing. Na kabla tuanze officially, nilikuwa tunataka kujua nani yako huku. I don't know whether I can get another microphone. DJ, if you can give me another microphone, it would be very nice. Nataka kujua who is around. Nitajua tuacha kuja nikuje hii pande hii ambao watu wako sana kidogo. I don't know, kuna mtu hapa kuna products pale na parade hapa. Kuna pale some products nimeona zimeonyeshwa. Nimeona watu kadhaa pale walikuwa nauza kama wewe, si ndio? Yeah, I can start there. Tunataka tu kujua nani yako hapa kidogo tu, watu wawili watatu hivi, just before our chief guests come in, ndio tuweze kuendelea. Asante ndio niweze kuongea na hapa. You can just reduce the gain, sikuwe too much. Asante. Si tusalimie tu, utuambie wewe ni nani na umetuletea nini leo. Tusalimie.
Habari zenu? Nzuri. Mliokuwa? Mama hoye. Mama hoye. Kwa majina mimi naitwa Pascal Njeri. Nimetoka na Rumoru. Mimi niko na kikundi inaitwa Gifted Irigidad Self Help Group. Tunafanya kazi ya nyuki. Sisi tumeweka nyuki na tuko na azari hapa. Mama hoye. Asanteni.
Hawa nimewaona wanaitwa Gifted Irigidad. Is it? Kuna wale watu ambao wanataka kuisoma na kizungu wanasema Irigidad. Ndio hiyo firstborn, si ndio? Na hiyo nyuki yao, I think nyuki zenye zinaweka hiyo asali nimeonja ni kama zile firstborn kabisa. Mko pamoja? Mko pamoja. Na wengine. Ni wangapi wa Irigidad hapa? Acha nione 1 2 3 4. Ndio hawa. Hawa kuna kikundi kingine. Wacha nisikie kutoka mmoja wao. Uko na kikundi kingine? Si utusalimie basi ndio utuambie ni kikundi gani.
Habari zenu. Mimi naitwa Alice Wainaina kutoka na Rumoru. Tuko na kikundi cha Mount Kenya Soaps ambao tunashona mats, beads na vitu vingine kama hizo. Tuna incubator tukiwa akina mama. Kwa hivyo tuna kazi tofauti. Asanteni.
Asante sana. Wacha nikusanitize ndio kwa sababu unajua hii kitu bado iko. Wanatengeneza vitu maridadi, si ndio? Na ziko pale. Kwa hivyo hawa watu wote mkitembea wataenda kuona Asante sana. Mko pamoja? Wewe uko represented. Nani mwingine hapa? Nataka tu kusikia ile kikundi. Wewe hamko pamoja. Si ndio? Mko na nani? Hawa. Nani ataongea on your behalf? 1 2 3. Ati nani? Huyu mwingine. Huyo nilikuwa nataka amaliza. Alikuwa anapigia nani afuge nini hiyo duka ndio auze. Umemaliza? Asante. Ati nani ataongea? Ni wewe. Mama Mary uko wapi? Mama Mary. Mama Mary. Mama Mary. Kumbe uko. Tusalimie kidogo, tuambie una represent nani na umetuletea nini leo?
Habari zenu akina mama. Kwa majina naitwa Bethy wa Elimu kutoka Moiga. Sisi tuko kwa group inaitwa Miradi Sisters. Na tunachona kiodo maua. Mkienda hapo nje mtapata maua na mat, na tuko na bag nyingine tunaweka tissue paper. Kwa hivyo unaweza pitia hapo, unanunua hiyo bag unaweka kwa choo yako. Badala ya kuweka kwa mchumali unaweka kwa nini kwa hiyo bag. Ndio hiyo.
Asante. Wacha nikusanitize kidogo. Hii mambo ya kuweka tissue kwa mchumali, wacha. Pitia hapo chukua, si ndio? Very nice. Umejiita Mwireri Asante, ndio hiyo Mwireri pia wako pale nimewaona. Mko pamoja Huyu wako hapa. Huyu ni he for she. Huyu ni mwanaume. Huyu ni he for she. Tulikuwa kule Eastern tukasema hawa watu wanaume wenye wako hapa ni he for she. Si ndio? Pia wana support mambo ya women in manufacturing, si ndio? Haya, karibu. Acha kwanza nikupe kidogo hiyo. Haya.
Habari zenu zote? Mimi naitwa Peter Maina, tuko pamoja kwa hii group ya mama sisters. Yes. Na represent youth. Na represent youth kutengeneza vest za maua na hizo.
Hizo pia mnapaka rangi kidogo? Ni wale watu your compound that is looking a bit shrugged somehow, wanaitengeneza inakuwa maridadi. Asante sana Haya, pale hawa watu wote si wa Mwereri, si ndio? Let me come. It is just good to know and advertise yourself, ndio watu wajue nani yako huku, si ndio? Absolutely. Please say hello to us pia. Sanitize you first.
Hello, good morning. Kwa majina ni Bi Esther Masharia. Kwetu ni Chaka. Sisi ni akina mama ambao wazee wao waliangamizwa kule Mandela na Manyabazi. Tukajiunga kama kikundi, tunajiita Change Ambassadors. Tuliona ni vizuri tuungane, tusaidiane, diposa tuweze kulea watoto. Na sasa tuko hapa, we are bee farmers. Tumekuja na honey from Chaka, na pia tumeanza kufanya mambo ya kupanda matunda. Tumeanza na avocado. Tunajua bees wanapenda hapo, na avocado zetu zitakuwa vizuri tukiwa na bees karibu. Kwa hivyo tuko hapa, tuko na honey. Stand yetu iko tu karibu hapa nje. Kwa hivyo ukipitia hapo utachukua honey from Chaka, na bees zetu wanapata honey yao kutoka Mount Kenya Forest. Karibu.
Asante, hiyo ni ile honey ambayo imekunywa snow, si ndio? Ile honey mzuri. Asante, Change Ambassadors, si ndio hiyo? Asanteni sana na muendelee vizuri. Mko pamoja? Asante, karibu. Tusalimie pia.
Habari zenu? My name is Lucy Gadhogo kutoka Karatina. Nafanya na sako inaitwa Mount Kenya School Sako. We deal with the non-teaching staff ama support staff secondary schools Mount Kenya region. Yeah.
Unapeana pesa? Unajua ni vizuri kutaja. Hawa ni watu wenye kama tunataka kukuza biashara pia pesa hii iko. Na nimeona watu fulani wako huku ndani. Na hawa watu ni wazuri, wanaitwa pia Stima Sako, Sijui kama umewasikia. Hawa watu wanalia pesa, ati ningepata pesa biashara yangu ingekuwa kubwa zaidi. Leo kuna solution, si ndio? Asante. Mko pamoja? Hapana, asante. Haya, wacha kwanza nimalizane na wewe. Haya, kidogo. Twende.
Habari zenu. Mimi si wa kikundi chochote. Mimi ni mfanya biashara na mkulima. Nimekuja kusoma.
Huyo amekuja kusoma, ni mwanabiashara na mkulima. Unapanda nini? Vitunguu. Hata hukubeba kidogo yangu. Asante. Anapanda vitunguu, nyanya, vitu kama zile. Hii pande, unajua as we go along the day I'll be coming to sections. Nilikuwa nataka kumaliza hii section kwanza as we wait for our chief guest, alafu niruke pale ndani kidogo. Pia hapa nyuma I can see amazing people wako tayari kabisa, na pia pale mwisho. Hapa kuna mtu nimeacha apart from mwenye tulikuwa tunafunga duka kidogo. Asante. Tumefunga ni kweli. Huyu ni anti wetu. Kwa hivyo tulikuwa tunahatarisha vitu. Haya.
Habari zenu. Poleni, naambiwa ati nilikuwa nafunga duka. Sijafunga duka. Jina yangu ni Margaret Jerimu Themba. Mimi natoka Narumoro. Mahali inaitwa Kiambudhia. Na mimi nafanya kazi ya mkahawa Mount Kenya Gate Park. Hiyo ndio biashara nilianzisha. Alafu tulipopata maneno ya COVID, ikawa kazi ya biashara imeenda chini. Nikaingia katika biashara ya kutengeneza mafuta ya kanora na sunflower. So that is what I'm doing right now. Na naenda kwa kina mama na wale watu ambapo wanaweza kunisaidia, wanakuza kanora halafu wananiuzia. Na mimi naiprocess. Ama unakuza sunflower, unaniuzia na mimi naiprocess. At the same time natengeneza, na niko na asali sababu canola na sunflower zinaenda pamoja na nyuki, so you get honey. Thank you.
Ngoja kabla uende, mtu mwingine hapa anauza canola ni nini? Unaweza waambia ni nini hiyo?
Canola is a vegetable seed, iko kama sukuma wiki. After it flowers inatoa seeds, na hizo seeds ndio tunatumia kutengeneza maua au kutengeneza mafuta. It's a vegetable oil. Yeah, thank you.
It's a very nice vegetable oil yenye hata wewe ukikunywa unanora vizuri, si ndio? Asante sana. We are doing very well. He for she mwingine hapa naona. Tusalimie.
Habari yenu. Majina ni Benson Wanja. Ninatoka hapa Nyeri Central. Natoka nyuma ya Rurengo. Mimi ni feed manufacturer. We run a company known as Prime Feeds. Na tunatengeneza chakula ya ng'ombe, nguruwe, kuku, mbwa, yoyote. So nimekuja masomo na supporting the sisters. At least nimesikia kuna mtu tunaweza saidiana hapa, sababu by product yake sunflower, canola, all of it ni my raw material.
Thank you so much sir. Tunashukuru sana. Umeona hii for she ameona, ashaanza kuona networking. Hii ndio tunaita networking. Unaweza saidika aje? So unafaa kuwa na kalamu, unaandika tu vitu. Ukisikia mtu hapa unajua huyu lazima nipatane na yeye. So ndio, I still see our guests have not arrived yet. Kwa hivyo naweza panda hapa juu kidogo. Sijui kama kikundi chako kishaongelewa hapa, so si lazima uongee. But if you're here and you're a business person representing a business group, you can say hello to us. Na una represent nini ama wapi? Si sawa? Haya, tunaendelea vizuri na tusikize vizuri. Wacha nikuje hapa. Hapa nimeona watu fulani wako na tent nyingine kali. Karibu.
Thank you. Good morning. Yes, my name is Lillian Kahiga. I'm from Space and Style Limited. We deal with Decra roofing solutions. We are one-stop shop for roofing solution. And also we manufacture Asili roofing tiles, which we do it locally in support of the Big Four agenda by Kenya, Build Kenya initiative. So tunawakaribisha nyote kwa tent yetu. We have even other items that complement the roofing solutions, like the light gauge steel trusses, also flooring solution. We have water systems and also manhole. In short, we want to give the construction and the homeowners, developers, a one-stop shop whereby they can get all the roofing solution. Asanteni sana.
Wapi siji tuwapigia makofi. Hao watu wanajenga nyumba yote, kila kitu from roof all the way down, si ndio? Asante sana. Na nimeona ni kama roof yenu ni ile haina kelele. Unajua, acha tuongee ukweli. Watu wa Central kuna kashida kidogo ukiwa na ile mabati inapiga kelele. Usiku kwanza ikinyesha hamwezi ongea, si ndio? Hiyo ni kweli?
Ukweli kabisa.
Sawa sawa. Kwa hivyo kama unataka kubadilisha roof maridadi kidogo, I have seen different colors, tembea hapo usikize venye wanafanya. Hamko pamoja? Is it? All right. Tusalimie pia and just tell us where you're coming from.
Good morning. My name is Agneta. I'm a corporate events producer or corporate events director. I got interested in this because we have a similar event in February. That's the African Women Development Conference. So I'm hoping to get to meet and talk to most of you and to know what you do.
Asante. Huyu hata huyu amekuja kulearn 1 or 2 3 things. Asante sana kwa kuja. I can see others. Kuna mtu hapa haja represent. Wacha nikuje hapa. Hapo nakuja kwa he for she. Wacha nikuje hapa.
Good morning. My name is Zilea Nyawera. I deal with charcoal briquettes. We are located at Gatito. Our business name is Menstrual.
Yeye ni bricketter. Nimetembea kwa tent yako, nimeona very nice briquettes, nimeziona pale umeziandaa. And these are the people who are doing sustainability to ensure that we have clean energy. Asante sana for that work that you're doing. tutajua mambo zaidi. Ukitaka kujua zaidi, tembea hapo, unaweza enda nyumbani na kadhaa. Tuko hapa. Tutusalimia.
Good morning. I'm Lydia. I deal with general beauty. I use beadwork to make necklaces, beautiful earrings. I can also ship in your occasion and make for you awesome things. And I also do wigs. I can make a wig for you, a fairly unique one. I come in standing. Karibuni nyote in our stand.
Huyu ni Lydia, nimetembea hapo. Sasa angalia mwenzako, if you sit next to a lady na usioseme sana, kama hana ka necklace, hana ka earring, muulize ni nini. Atembee kwa hiyo tent, eh? Yeah. Na umesikia pia wanatengeneza custom made wigs. Hiyo ni ile unaweka kichwa yako ikuwe small, big, watatengeneza. Si ndio? Asante sana. We are doing very well. Wacha nikuje. Wewe usharepresentiwa. Nani anaongea on your behalf? Hapa. Asante. Karibu sana. He for she here. Tusalimie tafadhali.
Good morning. Yeah. My name is Professor Nelson Wawire from Kenyatta University. We are having a hub called Kenyatta University Women's Empowerment Hub. And one of the projects and one of the programs we want to evaluate to see how effective has been in terms of empowering women is the Women in Manufacturing program. And that's why we are here. Just a quick one, we have Julia Otieno here with us. Then I have Faith with us, and we have Sami. So we came from Kenyatta University, the Women's Economic Empowerment Hub, to listen to what is going on in the conference. And next week we shall be in Kiambu evaluating this particular program. And so one of the objectives for us here is just to ask you that should we come to talk to you over the effectiveness of this program and what can be done in terms of policy for both national government and even the county government. Please cooperate with that. Thank you.
Asante Professor. Unajua venye umeanza kuongea objective nikashtuka. Unaweza ongea for a longer speech. Asante sana. Na ni vizuri kukuwa na wataalamu kama hawa. Wamekuja na some flyers, tutachukua, si ndio? Tutachukua so that we can learn 1 or 2, 3 things. I have another he for she here as well. Or you are together as well. Asanteni sana. Well, very good. So far so good. I still see I have a few more minutes to say hello to a few more people. Kuna watu hapa wanafanana kinguo na wameingia. Mnaweza tusalimia na mtuambie mmetoka wapi?
I'm Lincoln Lamenya from Thika Cloth Mill. It's a company based in Thika.
Yes.
Textile company that has been in it was started in 1958.
Yes.
So we are dealing and supporting we are very much grateful how the government is supporting Buy Kenya, Kenya. And that's why we are here even supporting the women.
Yes.
In the past years we've been employing men from 1990 back, but from 2020 we are starting to prepare even women into the factory. Now we have around 10%.
Asante. Haya, hawa ni wale wa Thika Cloth Mills. Asante sana kwa kuja. Wacha nikusanitize kidogo. Asanteni sana. They're also here represented in the house, ready to flow and really network. Na sijui kama naona mko na shati zimefanana. Naona I hope mmekuja na extra. And I can see our guests are coming in. Karibuni sana. We are just getting to know each other. Madam Chair, karibu sana. So as they settle in, let me just hear 1 or 2 others, alafu tuweze kuendelea. Sindio? Yes, I can start this table and this table, alafu tuweze kuendelea. I'll be coming to that other amazing table at the back there later on, and some people here as well later on. So, tafadhali tusalimie.
Asante, habari zenu. Kwa majina naitwa John Mwangi Gakau kutoka Narumoro.
Yes.
Rumoro Kemadhaga Ward, mahali naitwa Tegedi Sublocation.
Yes.
Na ninafanya na kikundi kinaitwa Healing Hands Craft Works. Mahali beeswax.
Nimewaona hapa.
Nzuri sana ambao tunauza na bei ya chini kabisa.
Yes.
Na wholesale pia. Na tumeingia hapa ndio tusome na pia tuweze kuexhibit mali yetu.
Yes.
Ndio sasa tujulike.
Asante
sana.
Hawa watu wako straight to the point. Healing Hearts, is it? Ndio hao, ukienda pale unapona. Unapona kwa sababu muko pamoja. Asanteni sana. Let me hear from this table. Muko pamoja. So who is speaking on behalf? Naona the few men here. He for sheep here. Salimia tueleze.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Sam Kim Muredi.
Yes.
I'm from Kenya Industrial Estates. Kenya Industrial Estates is a development financial institution which is mandated to provide assistance to manufacturing
yes.
the people in variation. So we provide funding at low interest rates. We do training and so much more that we'll be talking about during the time of the conference.
Asante
The is called Christine.
Haya. Kenya Industrial Estate. Wako hapa kama wewe unafikiria haujafika industry level, hao wako hapa kukuelezea. Maybe you're already qualified for such. All right. So we are doing so well. I can see we have some business people at the back and the other ones at the back. I'll be coming to you later on in the course of the breaks that we have. But just a quick breather of 5 seconds and then we can start officially. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to the Women in Manufacturing Central Region Conference and Product Parade. This is the 17th of November this year. And I want to tell you that this is the 4th region that we are visiting. We started with the North Rift, then we went to South Rift, then we went to Eastern in Machakos County, and now we are here in this amazing Central region. Watu wanasemanga Central ni katikati, si ndio? Kwa hivyo hapa ndipo mambo yote. Adwa Central muriega. Hao watu wanaongeanga hivyo kwa sababu wanafikiria tu kazi na biashara, which is very good. You know, I hear rumors that watu wa Central wanajulikana sana sana kwa sababu ya kuchapa kazi na biashara. Is it? So we are very happy that at least you are here and we are doing this, and we're going to have a beautiful, amazing time. So one more time, just to welcome you and to tell you that we're going to have an amazing session with amazing speakers ambao watatuongelesha mawili matatu. And on top of that, what we have just done, we expect that there will be amazing networking today. Watu watajuana, nani anafanya nini, how can you value add yourselves from each other. Just quick announcements. The washrooms are just right on my right here. Just ukitoka hapo nje, you can straight walk there to the gents and to the ladies. Na just to welcome even the few men who are here. Kule Machakos nilisikia walibaptiziwa wakapewa jina he for she because they are here to support the she's. So karibuni sana one more time. Now this region represents several counties, that is Nyeri County, Meru County, Embu County, Kiambu, Laikipia, na kuna watu ambao wanasemanga hata kwetu tungeitwa county, but ni sawa tu muko katikati ya wengine, but all of you. Na nimesikia there is a gentleman there who was already anajua classification yake from county to the constituency to the ward, karibu aseme hata kijiji, but asante sana. So all of you are well represented and are welcome. I also want to welcome all our online viewers. Tuko na watu ambao wanatu watch across the country and even beyond the borders. Welcome. This is the Women in Manufacturing Central Region Conference. Na tuko hapa Central. We are here to really get to know and to learn and grow each other with the women who are doing amazing business here. So welcome. If you're on Facebook, click on that share button. Let a friend know that this is an amazing session for them to listen and hear. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, as I said again, we just had an amazing networking session. I'll be coming back to some other business people who as well are here and represented. Na tutaendelea kuongea vizuri. But for now, it is not my place, but I want to invite the person who is going to really welcome us here. And that is none other than an amazing lady from the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. And she's the head of corporate communications there and marketing, and as well as the Women in Manufacturing lead coordinator. Ladies and gentlemen, tafadhali naomba kwa makofi tumkaribishe Miss Sally Kahyu. Makofi tafadhali kwake. Sally, if you can come in. Na yeye nasikia ako mbali, anataka kukuja na kawimbo. Sijui DJ kama uko na kawimbo kakumleta. Unajua kama ako mbali inaonyesha anataka kuja na style. Maybe that's the reason. So DJ, if you cannot let me down, ungekuwa ushaeka kamoja, but anakuja tu. So ikikupata katikati, it's fine. But we can proceed on as well. Once again, as I said, if you're watching us on Facebook, as Sally is coming through, please click on that share button as well. Let people know that they can get to learn about what women are doing here. And you know, there's one philosophy that we have been learning across the regions. That kidole kimoja hakifanyi nini? Hakiui chawa. Kuna Kiswahili cha hakiui, kuna wengine akisema hakivunji chawa. Chochote kile. But when we are together, it is better. So Miss Sally Kahyu is right here. Karibu sana. You have been spared by the DJ. You would have danced your way here. Karibu sana.
Hello all. Good morning. Good morning. Morning. Good morning. People on that side, can you see me? Good morning. Hi, how are you? It's really good to see you here this morning. Thank you so much for taking your time to come, to set up. Najua wengine mulikuwa hapa jana. I am so happy to see all of you in this room. We are here to exchange knowledge. Sindio? So we've had, there's people in business, there's women groups. We are here to all exchange knowledge. Let me just start formally by recognizing some of the guests in the room. The CEC Trade, Nyeri County, Mr. Richia Kendi, whom we have met before. We are really glad for her hospitality before, earlier in this year, and right now. Asante sana, madam. We are thankful for your Okay, CEC Gender, Meru County, Ms. Lina Kirote. The UNIDO representative, Lynette Luva. I know UNIDO has been a very great supporter of Kenya Association of Manufacturers. Sorry. The chairperson, Central Region, tuko hapa kwa sababu yako. Asante sana. Yesterday you had a really big ceremony where you were giving out shoes to disadvantaged communities. I think this man is doing a wonderful job. Please clap for him, and thank you for hosting us, Chairman. Asante sana. WIM Chair, Ms. Mary Ngechu. She's an inspiration to all of us who are women in manufacturing, potential women in manufacturing, women in any kind of business. If you know her, you know what she has done. If you don't, she will speak to you in a few minutes. Na utakuja kumjua. And please don't leave here without at least taking one of her contacts, because she can be an inspiration to you as well. So government officials, members of Kenya Association of Manufacturers, our sponsors, Kenya Power, Safaricom, Space and Style, Ms. Winnie Ngumi, who is also here, Trailblazing Woman in Manufacturing, Thika Cloth Mills, Capwell Industries, and Highlands. Asanteni sana for sponsoring this forum. I think all I just want to say today to all of you ni karibuni. As you've heard, we've had women in manufacturing forums across the country. Tulikuja earlier on in the year, and we went to see the CEC Trade. She assured us that this county is enthusiastic about supporting women. And when I spoke to her, I could see really she's a supporter of women in businesses, and she wants to grow this county. So nataka tu kusema, this is the beginning. We are not here to just come to set up, to see today, and then after this you never hear from us again. I think I also want to say, and I think this is something that our Central Region Chairman is also quite vocal about. This is the time for us to start speaking about changes in the business community, because we are going into an election year. Sindio, we don't want just to have these conversations here and now and then they end. This is actually the time for us to start pronouncing the changes that we want to see, especially for women's businesses, women entrepreneurs, wamama wale wanaanza biashara. Tunataka kuona changes gani, tunataka kuona mabadiliko gani, taxes tunalipa mingi, tunataka kuona mabadiliko gani hapo. So these are the conversations tunataka mtusaidie tuanze sasa as Kenya Association of Manufacturers, as supporters of Nyeri County, na tukiendelea ku grow this partnership beyond 2021. So tunasema ni asanti, and I also would like to recognize, there's a gentleman who spoke earlier, Professor Nelson Were. I want to say, Professor, asante sana for coming. I know you will be speaking to us, but we have a project that we are having with Kenyatta University that he will speak about later on. So thank you so much. Enjoy yourselves as well. I know it's all business, but please make sure you enjoy yourselves. We have a dinner tonight. So make sure you interact with each other, speak to each other. We are here for the next 3 days. Don't let this chance pass you by. Sindio? So thank you, and have a wonderful time. Have a wonderful 3 days. I shall be with you tomorrow. I shall be with you Friday. I wish you a wonderful time, and Maina, karibu tena.
Asante sana Sally. Makofi kwake tafadhali. By the way, Sally, are you from Central?
Yes,
from
Kirinyaga.
Uko nyumbani?
From Kirinyaga, yes.
From Kirinyaga?
Yes.
Hapa tu?
Hapa tu.
Karibu sana. Wacha ningekuuliza maswali zingine, lakini wacha nikuspare today. Leo you have been spared a bit. Asante sana. That is Madam Sally Kahiu, the Women in Manufacturing Lead Coordinator, and as well as the Kenya Association of Manufacturers Head of Corporate Communications and Marketing. Asante. Amesema kuna mambo hapo ya to learn. I hear the professor is here as well. I can see the industry representatives as well here. Kwa hivyo hapa, we must aspire from moving. In Eastern they say, tutatoka kufanya mambo kienyeji to being professional. Is it? So that at least we can get to the levels where your products can go to even global markets. Asante sana for those particular remarks. And as well, I think Madam Sally has mentioned to appreciate all the sponsors who have made this possible. And I took a tour outside to see some of the tents we have, and I saw amazing products from some of the people here. And you must get some time, especially after this session, to go there and appreciate some of the works being done by the people here. Let me just mention one. Leo nitakuwa nataja moja. Kuna watu ambao wameweka pale mahindi inaitwa Kibali maize meal. Mshaisikia hiyo? Kibali. Unga ya ugali. Wako hapa? Mtu wa Kibali yako hapa? Naona pale nyuma, yes. Kibali means what? Favor. Hiyo ugali ukikula unapata favor. Kabisa. So kama unakulanga tu jembe, ukisijasema ni mbaya, try Kibali. Sawa sawa? Asante sana. Now, the next guest I'm about to invite is an amazing lady, a phenomenon woman who is really an inspiration to many other women. I had a privilege of sitting one day with her, and her story, you want to sit down and just listen and get inspired. I know I could say many things about her, but for now, allow me to just be a bit straightforward. But she is the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, this Women in Manufacturing Chairperson. She's the one leading the entire Women in Manufacturing. She has been going around to ensure that this is represented across the country. Madam Mary Ngechu is right here in Super Blue. Karibu sana. Wapi makofi yake? Akija. Na aliniambia huku ni home ground. So we're going to get more and learn more as well. But this is just to welcome her. Another round of applause to her as well as she comes to address us. Karibu sana.
Good morning, everyone. God is good, and all the time. Allow me to say that I'm a proud girl from Nyeri. Simunikaribishe na makofi. So when we were organizing these conferences, I said that they have to get a day that I'm available because I had to come home. So allow me to recognize today our guests. We have in-house the Central Regional Economic Bloc Chair, Mr. Dirango, who is also an advisor to the Nyeri County. I also want to appreciate and recognize the CEC Trade Laikipia, Mr. Biwot. Thank you for representing the Laikipia County. CEC Gender Meru Nkirote. Thank you for representing Meru County. The CEC Trade Nyeri, Madam Diana. Thank you for hosting us. We had a conversation, and thank you for how you are passionate about trade, because this is what we are all about in this conference. Allow me also to recognize UNIDO Deputy Representative, Lynette, the KAM Central Chapter Chair, Mr. Maina. These are your people. We are happy that you have coordinated and you are hosting us today. All the other government officials. Allow me, I heard the Kenya Industrial Estates are in the house. And I'll tell you, I'm a beneficiary of the Kenya Industrial Estates. So business women talk to the Kenya Industrial Estates. Currently, they are my tenant in industrial area, and they have given me money to grow my business. So talk to them. Members of the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, the Central Business Community, our sponsors, Kenya Power, enablers of industries, we thank you for being here. Safaricom, they enable us to communicate. Space and Tiles, another powerful woman in manufacturing. Make sure that you get a moment to see her, Winnie. I am hoping she'll be speaking to us. And I think I want to ask you, Winnie, to stand up so that these leaders can see you. Just 1 minute. So I don't know whether she has a chance to speak in the program, but if she does not, make sure that you see her, because she is a powerhouse. She's a powerhouse. Get inspired from her. So the Thika, thank you, Winnie. Thika Cloth Millers, one of our sponsors, Capwell Industry, Highlands Drinking Water, distinguished ladies and guests, good morning again. I'm here to introduce the Women in Manufacturing program. I have a written speech, but before I go to the written speech, I'll tell you what Women in Manufacturing is and what it is that we are doing. We started the Women in Manufacturing program several years back under the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. The Kenya Association of Manufacturers is an association that takes care or brings together all the manufacturers, because a voice on one person is not as strong as a voice of many people together. So this is what the Kenya Association of Manufacturers is doing. And within the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, we have then been given an opportunity to create a platform for women in manufacturing. And the purpose of the Women in Manufacturing platform is so that we can be able to bring together the women, we can be able to lobby so that we get policies and regulatories that are sensitive and specific to women, because our needs are women are a bit unique. We have general needs, but we also have unique needs, so that we can be able to consolidate and put our voice together, then we are able to lobby for that. The other thing that we are also doing is that we bring our voice together so that we can look in different ways how it is that we can grow our business. We are looking into market access. How can we be able to create a platform where we bring the market to the women in manufacturing, the women in the industry, so that you understand what the market needs. So by the time you're developing your products, you are developing your products from an understanding of what the market needs. If we see market opportunities, We are also able to share with you, and we tell you that there's opportunity here, there's opportunity here. Yes, you could be doing this, but if you also looked into this, there's also other opportunity. Our government are doing a lot of work in creating what they call the trade agreements. We have what we call the East Africa Trade Agreement. We are talking about the Free Africa Continental Trade. We want the women in Nyeri to understand what is the Free Africa Continental Trade, an agreement that our governments have negotiated, and how can you be able to access that. So through the Women in Manufacturing program, those are the programs that we run. We educate, we put the information together, we hold you, and we're able to make you ready to access those markets. The other thing that we also do is access to finance. And every business needs access to finance. And access to finance is unique when your business is in different levels. We appreciate that most women in manufacturing or most women industries are still at what we would call the cottage industries. And we know we are talking about the SMEs, but SMEs categories are also different. You could be making your honey in the house, you could be making your peanut butter in the house, but that does not necessarily mean that your honey from the house or from your backyard cannot be sold in Uganda. So you need to understand what it is that you need to do. You need to understand the finances that you require at that particular time. You could be looking for finances to buy your raw material, to build an industry, to buy machinery so that you can grow your businesses to the next level. This is why we are coming with bankers. We have a bankability conference where the bankers will talk to you. We also have sponsors like Steamer Circle. They will tell you alternative different methods that you can be able to access finance so that you can be able to grow your business. We also have what we are calling a skill development capacity. We have the TVETs and all that. What are the skills that you require when you're growing your business? Is it technical? Is it business development? Is it, again, marketing, sales and marketing? How do you understand that? So at Women in Manufacturing platform, we have different programs that we are able to expose and train the women so that they can be able to understand that. I've just talked about product. Product requires different quality. You require different certifications that you require. How can we work with you that journey until your products are certified so that you can be able to access the market that we are talking about? So we are holistically talking and looking into business maturity, all aspect of business, from processing to marketing to the technology that is required so that we can be able to help you to scale up. Those are the things that we are looking into as women in manufacturing. But give me 5 minutes to tell you about Mary Ngechu, because Mary Ngechu is a woman in manufacturing. I started myself and my husband like any business start. The ladies, how you are starting. We started our business because I saw a need. My husband started a printing press and we manufacture labels. But when we started the printing press, I joined him to help him with the administration things. The wife in the office to make tea for him. But when I was making tea for him, I saw opportunities in that office that every label we are making is getting into a container. And I thought that we could start manufacturing containers. So apart from the labels, we also manufacture containers, plastic containers. An example, I'm not saying that that is my product, the bottle of water that you have on the table, we manufacture bottles, we manufacture the labels, and we manufacture the cup that comes with that. If you are making cosmetics, we manufacture the container that you put in your cosmetic and the label that come in that and the shrink wrap that we do that. So we holistically offer packaging solution. So if you have packaging needs, see me, then we see how it is that we can do that. And then a few years after the packaging, I saw the opportunities of what I've called the regional trade agreements. I may not be able to send my empty bottles into Tanzania, Uganda, and Rwanda, but I can send a product inside my bottle. So I started another company that is called Aromacare, where we manufacture cosmetics. I have a brand in the market that is called Black Essential. I'm sure most of you maybe have seen it because we are selling our products in Nyeri. And how we started with that is because I've said we are doing cosmetics. COVID came, And we took the opportunity of COVID. We all needed sanitizers, and we manufactured sanitizers. So it's be ready to approach or to diversify the market as the market need. Those are some of the resilience method that we are working with, and we are able to share and help you grow your businesses at Women in Manufacturing. Most important, we do mentorship programs. And mentorship programs are those ones of like, you can sit with me, you can sit with Winnie, you can sit with so many other women who are doing manufacturing, whether in corporate or whether in SME or a level that is ahead of what you are doing. We also have industry experts. You could be looking into developing your product and you don't know where to go and seek help. Those are the things that we bring together, and we help our women to grow in the Women in Manufacturing. So thank you so much, Maina. I can talk the whole day. I know I will have the ladies later in the evening. I am around the whole day. I'll also be here part of tomorrow. So feel free to stop me, whether it's on the street, whether you find me sitting, so that we have that conversation. Let's have the talk about networking. You cannot network with everybody, but you need to make sure that you come out with at least 2 or 3 networks that you take home. And those 3 networks are networks that can lead to either the growth of your business, or they can lead to improving your business, or they can be market for you. So ladies who are exhibiting, ladies who are here, just don't be here. Target to make sure that you have something that you take home, so that you'll be remembering that the conference that we did today, you carried something that you can remember, so that you can recommend us to the women of tomorrow, of the women, the next women, so that we can grow them together. And for the county government, we appreciate, and we hope by the time we leave this is just a beginning. These are your people. We hope that we can be able to tip them together and we grow them together, because you are the owner of the community. We can only come in and intervene and help you to grow them together. So thank you so much, and welcome for the conference, and we see you later.
Asante sana. Wapi makofi? Yeah, the chairperson, Women in Manufacturing. Asante sana, Mary. And we appreciate you for even spearheading to ensure that we also come to home ground. Is it? Very great comments. Sijui kama mmesikia mambo ambayo amesema, that you can start wherever you are, is it? And grow to the great lengths that we can see even Mary having achieved. So thank you so much for that. And I'm sure, as she has said, in the evening, kama uko na maswali, I explain a little bit more on how she did all this much that she has done so far. I'm sure she'll be willing to share a few things, because we believe in mentorship as well right here. So before we go on, I want us to just take a look at a certain video here, courtesy of Oasis Group. And I just want us to get ready with it, or it will come later on. Eh? Okay, sawa. So that's video number 4. All right, sawa. So if I think, is it video number 2? Excellent. All right. So if you can watch Oasis Group video and see what is happening here, please.
Women in Manufacturing program has gone to the counties, and Uasin Gishu County is the first county that has proudly hosted us and welcomed us.
Trading in the counties has the potential to transform the lives of our citizens and drive the economic growth.
SACCO, it's a very relationship membership. So we know you. So we come to you, we understand you. We see your business, we see your farm. And then we walk with you the journey so that we help you to mitigate risk from yourself and also improve your risk appetite from the SACCO.
We have set aside some institutions so that we can have young mothers coming to learn. They stay in the institutions with their babies so that at one point they can be allowed to go to the dormitories and breastfeed their kids.
As a county, we might be the only county now running an internship program for our youth so that we equip them with the skills that is market oriented.
So industry has been trying very hard to incorporate women. We are able to, together with Sandra, they started the work program. We've been able to recruit women, train them, as much as we might not retain them, but we recommend them to other people and other industries who are not necessarily members of CAM. So I think industry is really trying to support the women in the workforce.
And how the expo as well was. I think there's another second video that we're going to watch. But ideally, that is exactly what happened. And we know, as I said, when we're in Central, the center of things, better things are going to happen, is it? All right. So I don't know whether the second video is ready. Let's have it as well.
We are supporting vulnerable women and girls in the community in terms of accessing income, especially those ones who are living below like $1 per day. So we bring them together in groups and we train them skills that can support them earn a living. So here we are showcasing some of their products, not all. We have fluffy mats. These ones, they use just a used sack inside, and then we get them the threads, and then they are able to knit. They also do the beadwork. They do all the beauty products, from the earrings, bangles, necklaces, earrings. This is aloe vera tree, and it is so much in Baringo County, like it grows in the forest all over. So what the women do, they peel it, like the thorny parts, and then they're able to cut it. They extract the oil. So this is pure aloe vera oil that you can use on your skin, on your hair. They also do manufacture soap. They have some challenges in terms of packaging. They've not been able to package their products very well. In terms of women in manufacturing, we could like them to come in terms of capacity building, the areas of training which they need, registering their business, because you see they have come under the umbrella of Oasis, but this is a business in Oasis. My best experience at the WIM Expo has been interacting with people who are doing almost similar things, trying to get to know how they get their materials, how they do their markets. So it is opening opportunities for markets. We've gotten to understand in terms of how we can access money from the banks, from the circles, how we can save, because all those organizations who are there, creation of partnerships, and basically networking. And also, of course, some people have bought a few items here and there. So this has been a plus, and we thank God for WIM for organizing this for us, and we look forward to more and more experiences like this.
Amazing testimonials there, and how it went down in the North Rift region and the expo. Now, definitely, the Kenya Association of Manufacturers acknowledges that they have not been able to come here by themselves and on their own. And there's a great support from the members of the association as well So at this moment, I would like to introduce a legend in the construction industry. And I think one of the representatives spoke something small about it. And a woman driving inclusivity in uncharted territories. As we know, this is a very male-dominated industry. Mambo ya construction, natusikiangi sana sana, our ladies there. So this is none other than the MD Space and Style, Miss Winnie Ngumi. Makofi kwake tafadhali. Karibu sana, Miss Winnie Ngumi. Ako hapa, looking maridadi like Central. Asante sana, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. My name is Winnie Ngumi. I am the Managing Director of Space and Style. But first I wish to recognize our guests. The Central Region Economic Block Chair, Mr. Dirango. The CEC Trade representing Laikipia, Mr. Biwot. CEC Gender representing Meru, Madam Lynette Nkirote. Let me remove my mask. That might be better. Thank you. The CEC for Nyeri, Madam Diana, my fellow sponsors, the UNIDO Deputy Representative, Madam Lynette, the representatives from Kenya Power, Safaricom. I've seen the Kenya Chamber banner, all my fellow sponsors, our chair for KAM Central Chapter, who is also the chair of where our factory is, Bwana Maina Ruo. Our host, the chair for the Women in Manufacturing, KAM, Madam Mary Ngechu, very, very inspiring speech. Thank you very much. Fellow sponsors, CAM Secretariat, headed by Sally, who's the head of corporate affairs. My fellow women in manufacturing, Central business representatives, industry representatives. We respect the presence of Kenya Industrial Estates. I'm waiting to receive funds from you. We shall be coming. My team from Space and Style that is here, all protocols observed. Thank you for having us. I'll also take the opportunity to just give a little bit of history about myself, because I think I'll be leaving shortly after, but I felt this is extremely important for me to participate. And I will build on what our chair said when we had a briefing a few minutes ago. The real reason why we come to these events, because they are voluntary. Our presence in KAM is voluntary. It's because we want to show fellow women that it is possible to start a business from a one-person business. Space and Style started in my boot in 2001 to what it is today. So it is possible, and it is not done by strangers. I'm a Kenyan, studied in Kenya, have not studied abroad, have not worked abroad. Yes, studied a few things, but mainly because it is possible to do these things. So it is very, very possible to start from where you are and grow your business. Don't cut corners, take your time, do your quality, do your research well, and be resilient, and you will survive. Space and Style is celebrating 20 years of existence. We started as a trading business, started importing a brand of roofing tiles called Decra Roofing Tiles. If you know Decra tiles, that is what we started, introduced in the market, and grew to become the product of choice for many roofing projects. In 2013, we decided to start our little foray in manufacturing through the design and structural steel, using light gauge structural steel. So before that, we had steel structures that were the heavy steel structures. So we felt that our contribution would be to introduce a light gauge steel structures, which is this product here. This picture was actually one of our first projects in 2012 2013, 2014, and we've steadily grown this and given it a solution as an alternative to timber. So we have grown, and in 2019, we now invested big time into manufacturing by launching a factory which is stationed in Juja, which is why we are here, because we are members of the Central Chapter, and we are now manufacturing the stone-coated steel roofing tiles, equivalent to DECRA, same quality you'd find from Auckland, New Zealand, and our local brand, which we are calling Asili. Reason we chose the name Asili is because we believe this is an indigenous product. We want to grow an indigenous brand that demonstrates quality, that shows that it is possible to do it here in our country. So I wish to encourage women manufacturers or even women entrepreneurs to start and continuously grow your business, invest in your business, and over time, you'll be able to get to maybe where we are, where Mary is, and where other manufacturers are. So it is possible, and I wish to just continuously encourage you. The other thing I wish to also highlight is why you should join Kenya Association of Manufacturers, and in particular, women in manufacturing or the SME hub, because it offers you the opportunity to learn, to network, to be in the presence of those you would never think you would be in the presence of, and slowly you will get the information that you will use to build upon to grow your business. So Space and Style, we joined the Kenya Chamber as a patron member in 2014, but we joined the Kenya Association of Manufacturers in 2015, I believe. And it's been a fantastic journey, and we are very proud members of Kenya Association of Manufacturers. At Kenya Association of Manufacturers, we have learned to understand the environment around manufacturing. We've met fellow women, we've met fellow entrepreneurs, we've met a lot of networks that have helped us build our business. I'm proud to say that at Kenya Association of Manufacturers, I now chair the building, mining, and construction sector. So it is possible, even as an individual, to grow yourself by joining the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. So I felt it is important for me to say that, so that at least, if there's anything you leave, ukitoka hapa, tafadhali, hakikisha umechukua namba, umejoin Kenya Association of Manufacturers at whatever level. So Space and Style is indeed very proud to be here today. Our team members are here. And I wish to say something also about Space and Style. At Space and Style, we have 30% women in our payroll. But at Space and Style, 60% of our top team is made of women. We have 70% male representative, mainly because we have a huge percentage of males gender in the factory. However, in our top team, we do recognize the importance of having women, and I would encourage any employer here, yes, we recognize that men are very valuable, but please give the women opportunity. They are stable, they are loyal, they are actually very, very forthright and hardworking. So anywhere you find a woman, please encourage her, please support her, and women, let's support each other. So I'll quickly read through my very, very few remarks, because I was taught the other day when I went for a course that it is important to stick to the brief. Manufacturing is a key economic driver, and we are happy that Women in Manufacture has been part of the conversation to drive this agenda and elevate women to be able to tap into the opportunities available in the sector. This forum, which is why we are here today, also create a pool of ideas for women to learn from each other by sharing tips on manufacturing and leveraging on the shared strengths to improve on the standards of manufacturing in Kenya. And I can personally attest to it, as I have told you. With the onset of COVID, as with any other manufacturer or business person, women in manufacturing face a lot of challenges. You know, we've all had the challenges that have especially come to affect our businesses in the last 2 years. Shortage of raw materials, logistic challenges, increase in pricing, staff challenges, health challenges, But I wish to applaud the Kenya Association of Manufacturers for standing in the gap as a BMO that stood together with its members and gave us a platform to navigate some of these challenges. They helped by driving policy interventions. They helped get us strategic partners. They got us cards to work after curfew hours. They got us cards to transport our goods outside the restrictions that were given. And we were able to survive and be resilient during this period. So it is important to understand that you cannot grow as a single person or as a single business. You need to come together and join associations such as Women in Manufacturing and Kenya Association of Manufacturers, even in the SME hub that we have in KAM, so that you can grow and contribute to the development of the country. One of the things I wish to also mention that Space and Style does is we actually embarked in 2013 on a program that we call Fundi Maalum. Fundi Maalum is a training program that we have used to train installers, also known as Fundis, for the last 8 years. And we are very proud that today we've trained over 2,500 installers. And at our Fundi Maalum programs, which we go around, I think we've also been to Nyeri before. We've gone around, we've been to Central Chapter, Thika, Meru, a couple of locations. We believe that in those locations, we try and impact on the standards of construction through the uplifting of the skills. Because we know that skills and information is what is going to raise the standards of not just construction, but of industry. And the two elements of industry, of business, or of the economy that actually create wealth is one, manufacturing, and two, agriculture. So it's important, and especially because I know a lot of women are in the value chain of agriculture. If you're in agriculture and manufacturing, you are extremely important to this economy because you are creating wealth. And it is important that you join other women, come together so that you can continue to impact on your society, on your communities, and ensure that we're able to live a wealthy economy for the next generations. So once again, I think I will end there. I wish to thank our hosts. I wish to thank our host counties, our chair, both chairs of Central Chapter and Women in Manufacturers, fellow sponsors, for giving us this platform to be able to talk to women and encourage women so that we continue to drive impact together. Thank you very much.
Asante sana. Asante sana for those amazing remarks. That is the MD Space and Styles, and that is Winnie Ngome. Wamama tupo. Mweho. I just hope tunashika vitu hapa. Unajua kwa sababu ya nini? All these people are speaking about real life things, of how they have grown their companies, venye wamekuza biashara zao to where they are. Mimi ningekuwa wewe, nasikiza tu, naandika notes, na pia pale later on, tupatane, si ndio? Because as they say, iron sharpens iron. So ni vizuri we get to learn, and I'll be coming back to you later on for feedback, to get to know what are we really getting to understand. Kama kuna swali zozote uko nazo, andika pahali, nitafungua hiyo session ambapo utaweza kuuliza swali 2-3 from some of the guests that I have spoken in the process. However, nilikuwa nimesema in the process 1 or 2 or 3 times nitakuwa naenda kwa zile meza hapa tu nyuma ambapo siko nimetaja, nisikie nani mwingine ako pale ndani and what do they have to say about today. Very quickly, let me come to this table. Are you together? Yes, who is going to speak on behalf? Okay, tusalimie and just say which company you're representing very quickly, 30 seconds.
Habari zenu. Mimi naitwa Justin Wawero. Mimi ni mtu wa kahawa. Ile kitu tunafanya, nanunua kahawa from my women fellows, and then I do value addition. I have small machines, so I depulp, I grind, and then I roast. I also do something called Kombucha. It is the culture of fermentation. So if you learn to do fermentation for healthy living, it is the best thing, anything can ever happen to your body, because you'll never be like, you'll never go for sugar cravings. Those people who love pombe so much, if you go for kombucha, it will be a thing of the past. So most people when they see me, they call me Mama Kombucha. And we are also doing value addition with our coffee. We are doing coffee kombucha too. So my teammates are my children, because sisi wanawake saa zingine tunasahau, unapush mtoto aende akalipwe 15,000 shillings in Nairobi, then you keep sending money for, oh, I don't have transport, my house is not paid. So if you empower them where they are, show them what you have and what they can do with it, and hautakuwa na mashida. Like me, I'm almost retiring to them. This is my daughter here, she's a coffee barista. Kahawa hapiki sahi juu COVID ilikuja, hoteli kafungwa, but she's doing a lot at home with what we have. Yeah.
Wow, these are real life testimonies, as you can hear. Asante sana, and it's evident. Sasa wewe ni mama kangucha, mama kahawa pia. Is it? Very amazing. I like the fact that you say in ulianza, uko na kidogo kidogo, una grind kidogo kidogo, and that's exactly the same story we're hearing from some of our guests today. That you start slowly, but today, with all the mentorship that is happening today, you can scale up as well. Sindio, tukunywe kahawa pia, tuione imeandikwa kule Java, and your name. Hamuko pamoja? Yeah, but tusalimie very quickly. So, lakini sasa wacha tukubaliane. 30 seconds tufanye tusikue wa Kikuyu vile. Si ndio? 30 seconds ni 30 seconds. Let's try.
Good morning, good afternoon. My name is Margaret. I come from Chaka. I came alone. I rear chicken, and I also sell kitchenware from the ones that come from China. And I came here to learn, and it is very encouraging, because as women we want to go far. Thank you very much.
Asante sana, you are a real one. 30 seconds, kuku is what you are doing, is it? Asante sana, but you're not together, you're separate. There's a he for she here, wacha tusalimie.
Thank you. Hamjabo. My name's James Karuma. I come from Teto. I'm representing an avocado group called Tehu, where we grow avocado and market them.
Asante sana. Wapi makofi yake tafadhali? You know, avocado, by the way, has become the fruit to look after, is it? Asante sana for that. I'll be still coming to pick a few here and there. But as I said again, we were in the process of getting to know that, you know, the Kenya Association of Manufacturers and this amazing WIM program did not come alone. And they came with certain amazing members here. And guess who else is in the house? Ebu semeni Kenya Power. Hao ndio wanafanya tuonekane. And they are in the house as well, because a lot of this manufacturing cannot happen without them. And so we have the Kenya Power Regional Manager, Mount Kenya, that is Engineer Phineas Marete, is here. Tafadhali naomba uje, utusalimu very quickly. Wapi makofi yake tafadhali. They are an amazing partner as well in this program. Thank you so much for, you know, creating time to come as well. Karibu sana.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Like you have heard, my name is Engineer Phineas Marete. I'm the Regional Manager for Kenya Power, Mount Kenya Region. But before I proceed, let me recognize the presence of the Chair, Central Region Economic Bloc. I recognize the CEC trained Nyeri, CEC trained Laikipia, CEC Njenda from Meru, that's my county. I also recognize the chair of WIM and ACAM, Madam Ngechu. So, ladies and gentlemen, as Kenya Power, we say we are facilitators of the industry. we facilitate industries by providing them with energy. So I will go to my written speech quickly because we have been told to observe time. And I can see I was only allocated 5 minutes, which I want to utilize. So, as KPLC, we are invited to join you in this conference. That is the Women in Manufacturing Conference here in Nyeri. An event that will give us an opportunity to have a robust engagement in empowering women and co-creating a conducive business environment for women-owned enterprise while enhancing the KEM-KPLC relationship. Allow me to thank the KEM for organizing this important event and bringing us all on board. Kenya Power and KAM have a close and long-standing relationship that is built on shared values and a mutual commitment to co-create a conclusive business environment. This partnership has enabled Kenya Power to better understand its industrial customers' needs and create tailor-made solutions such as alternative supply lines to reduce downtime, smart metering, which will enhance billing efficiency, and create specialized communication channels like what we have in Mount Kenya, what we call a regional WhatsApp group, which we use to improve our service delivery. Ladies and gentlemen, industries and SMEs contribute over 60% of our revenue as KPLC, and therefore, provision of reliable and quality electrical supply to our commercial customers is paramount to securing and growing our business. More importantly, industries play a crucial role in creation and also form a key pillar of the Kenya's economic blueprint as anchored in the Big Four agenda and also Vision 2030. When the company supports manufacturing, we spur economic growth and consequently grow our business. To this end, KPLC has implemented various initiatives and programs both at the regional and national level to support our commercial customer segment. This includes deployment of smart meters, which we need 6,000 smart meters for Range Power consumers. And those ones are already benefiting from this program. This financial year, we are also introducing smart metering to the SME segment. We did 54,000, and we want to increase that number to 67,000 in this financial year. We are also stepping up meter inspections to address issues of 40 meters in order to address losses, energy losses, and electricity theft. We are also partnering with law enforcement agencies and the mainstream media to stamp out illegal connections, since illegal connections affect quality and reliability of power. In partnership with the NYS, National Youth Service, we are also carrying out a digitization of the network program to mitigate technical losses from a centralized control point, which will reduce the time taken to connect and even to attend to a customer in terms of supply restoration. Aligning our business to devolved business units at the county level to enhance our presence on the ground and responsiveness to customer issues. What I mean is we are represented as KPLC in each and every county. And in each and every county, we have a manager in charge of KPLC. We call them the county business managers. They're able to pick and address issues affecting the customers in those devolved units. We are also enhancing power reliability through some network expansion projects, and I will name a few. In Laikipia, for example, we have a new station in a place we call Kaurora. In Meru, we have a new station we have come up in a place called Nkuene. In Muranga, which is within our region, we have a place called Ngaradia Substation, which we have developed recently. In Nyeri, we have a new station, a place called Muirungi in Chinga. And we are developing a number of new projects whose main purpose is to enhance reliability and the quality of supply, which we think will be able to benefit the manufacturing, or the manufacturers, the people who are doing manufacturing and industry. Additionally, we have streamlined our electricity application process. This will reduce the time it takes to process your quotations through an online application. What I mean is you don't require to go to our offices or to go anywhere to apply for power. Now we have an online application. You only require to apply through even your phone. You upload all the required document, then you'll be able to give you a reference and you quote within no time. So, ladies and gentlemen, as one of the key drivers of development, Kenya Power remains committed to support the government's effort to enhance equitable economic empowerment for Kenyans, and more specifically, women, youth, and persons with disability. According to the 2019 population census report, women form 50% of the population in the country, and yet they continue to have minimal occupancy at the decision-making table. We acknowledge that economic empowerment is one of the most effective ways to empower any section of the population. The government has taken cognizance of this, as well as under the Public Procurement and Disposal Regulations Act 2020 that require procuring entities to allocate 30% of their annual procurement budget to women, youth, and persons with disability. So as KPLC, we are bound by that law to allocate 30% of the procurement to this category of women, youth, and persons with disabilities. Uptake of these procurement opportunities has been low due to lack of financing, information, and even understanding of the government procurement processes. Therefore, Kenya Power has rolled out awareness program to help increase the uptake of these opportunities and more, increase participation of women in government procurement opportunities. Such forums have in the past proven helpful in enabling women access and secure more business opportunities with us. They act as one-stop shop where women are taken through the requirements of the procurement process, including registration as a supplier within the KPLC supplier portal. With our procurement process having entirely gone digital through an online supplier portal, it has become more convenient and user-friendly for suppliers to apply for a tender, submit the necessary tender documents, and also be evaluated. We also have an open door policy that allows us to hold suppliers who wish to do business with us and are interested in learning the processes. These are many more opportunities available, and we want to get more women on board to access them. So as during this particular conference, I have a colleague who is an expert in procurement, and she will be here throughout the 3 days so that she can be able to take us through the procurement processes for any one of us who will be interested to do business with the KPLC. I don't know that she's around. She is there. She will be with you throughout from today up to the close of the conference, and she will be a very useful person in terms of knowing how you can do business with the KPLC. So, Kenya Power will continue to work with other like-minded partners, policymakers, and relevant institutions to create awareness of access to government procurement opportunities and collectively provide sustainable solutions to support women grow in manufacturing. We are therefore excited to contribute and participate in this conference, and it is our hope that we can secure more participation from women in a supply chain. Asanteni sana.
Asante sana Engineer Phineas Marete, Kenya Power Regional Manager, Mount Kenya. Asante sana. Sikuwa nataka kukukata ndio usije unajua unaweza kata stima. Anyway, thank you so much, Engineer, and we appreciate the work that we have done. By the way, when you go to outside this country and go to countries like Nigeria and other places, you'll appreciate what Kenya Power does here in the country. For them, generators is a basic need in the house. You understand, eh? Because they are cutting anytime, anyhow. But thank you so much. We appreciate you, and thank you so much for believing in this particular process. Very quickly, we have our representatives from one of our sponsors as well, Thicker Cloth Mills. I have seen them looking very beautiful. Is the representative who's going to speak ready? If you can, please jump straight, run here down, because you're almost coming to the tail end of our conversation. So Thicker Cloth Mills, wherever you are, please come. Come very quickly so that at least we can give you a chance as well to say something. And I hope I was hoping you're going to be as maridadi as Thicker Cloth Mills. Kumbe you are. Karibu sana. Say hello to us as well, and we appreciate you as well. Please have the mic.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon all. Okay, my name is Lilian Odhiambo from Thicker Cloth Mills. Thicker Cloth Mills, it's a thicker. And first of all, I would like to thank the organizers of this event, KAM, for everything. Then I would also like to thank our president and the government as a whole for supporting Buy Kenya, Build Kenya, which has really promoted local manufacturers as Thicker Cloth Mills, because that encourages us very much to make our clothes, anything, materials locally, so that we can promote Buy Kenya and Build Kenya. I would also like to give thanks to our director, Madam Tejol, for supporting and sponsoring this event, and also empowering women in this, in empowering women and supporting Buy Kenya, Build Kenya, because our director always promotes local farmers by encouraging farmers, cotton farmers, to plant cotton, giving them market that she gives them seeds, fertilizers, and educate the farmers who deal in cotton so that we can get cotton to make our clothes in Thicker Cloth Mills. So that means that we promote Buy Kenya, Build Kenya by buying our cotton locally. So I really thank our director for supporting farmers for that, so that we can get cotton to continue in producing materials for Kenya. And also creating jobs for ladies or women in general, because for now, Thicker Cloth Mills, as you were told before, it was a male-dominated company since 1959, but since 2020, she started employing women, and that one has really encouraged women to work harder and to be able to be empowered. And I also thank her for that, because for now, Thicker Cloth Mills has employed 10% of Thicker Cloth Mills is women, and we really thank our director for that, because she's for the one third as the gender, as the government wants it to be. So I really thank her for that, because she's following the rules and regulations. And to encourage women, and I know that what a man can do, a woman can do it better. In Thicker Cloth Mills, you find women are doing the same work that men are doing. They manage the machines, they do hard work, and they also work in shifts. We have 3 shifts in Thicker Cloth Mills. That is from morning, 24 hours. Thicker Cloth Mills runs 24 hours, and both ladies and men, they work in the same shifts, no matter the gender. And to make it able for women to work in that environment, she has done so many things that make the environment very comfortable for women to work in, as in, you know, where women are. We have our own challenges, like when in menstruation. And as I told you before, Thika Cloth Mills was male-dominated. So to make them comfortable and men to understand women and to work together, she introduced something that is called Menstrual Health Management, which came to Thika Cloth Mills January this year, and we were taught much about menstruation, and that one has brought into our attention, both men and women, that it's a normal thing and we can work with women even when they're in their menses, which has really created conducive environment for women to work in a male-dominated company. Okay, I would also like to say that Thika Cloth Mills encourages Buy Kenya, Build Kenya by making things of high standard and a good quality. So we were requesting that we remain in Buying Kenya, Build Kenya, as our president has encouraged us to do. We thank you very much, and we are glad that you're here. Thank you very much.
Asante sana. That is Thika Cloth Mills, and a very able representation today. And I like the attire, and as I said again, I hope they came with extra. Now, you know, as we have said, they have amazing enablers that help us, and we're going to have one of our guests joining us virtually, all the way from Safaricom, and that is the Senior Manager Supply Chain Management, Florence Kiburi. She's going to as well give her quick remarks. Let us listen in.
Build Kenya by
Speak as well. So if you can enable your camera as well, so that at least we can hear you and see you. Florence, if you can hear us, you can start.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, Florence. Please go ahead.
Oh, it's Millicent.
Oh, it's Millicent, yes.
Joining us shortly.
Okay.
But, you'll be doing it on behalf. How are you again?
Very well. If you can put up your video so that we can see you, and then go ahead. Yes, joining us virtually, all the way from Safaricom, and that is the Senior Manager Supply Chain Management, Florence Kiburi. She's going to as well. All right, Millicent. Remarks. Let us listen. Please mute the other part. There's something playing at your back. Please just mute it, so that we're not listening to other conversations there. Then go ahead.
I don't know whether you can see me and hear me.
Yes, we can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Okay. Is it good afternoon? Good afternoon, business people present in the conference. Trust that you're all doing well. We would have loved to be there at Safaricom, Florence and myself. Florence is our champion for the Women in Business program in Safaricom. I'm sure some of you have probably met her. We would have loved to be there, but due to circumstances beyond our control, we were unable to be there physically, but we are there virtually, so we'll be with you right till the end of today. So I'm going to take us through our Women in Business initiative. Some of you have probably heard about it. This is a journey that Safaricom takes a lot of pride in. It's been almost 4 years since the initiative started, and a lot of work has gone to put it or to bring it to what it is today. So the Women in Business program is anchored on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 10, which speaks on reducing inequalities in the environment on which we operate our businesses in. So as Safaricom, our purpose is to transform lives, and when we undertook to operationalize this SDG, we took an in-depth analysis on how we do business and how we are doing in our supply chain. And as of March 2017, we realized that only 2% of our suppliers on the Women in Business Initiative, we only had 2% of our suppliers on the Women in Business Initiative, and we set an aggressive target of 10%. And currently, as I speak, we are at 4%, which is good progress, and the sky is the limit. So a lot of work has gone into putting the initiative to what it is currently, and there have been initiatives that have been taken to support the cause. So these initiatives have been divided into, we've seen there are various buckets or various stages that have been put to the initiative to bring it to what it is today. So there are currently 5 initiatives. The first initiative that was undertaken was baselining. So what do we do? What do we mean by baselining? Baselining basically means we sat down, we audited our current situation, and we realized that 2.7% was a percentage that was really, really too small, bearing in mind that we know we are a big corporate, so we sought to increase this to 10%. So we gave ourselves a target of 10%. And as of 2021, we are currently at 4%, and the number is still growing. So under baseline, there are various initiatives that were undertaken here. So the first one was benchmarking. So we benchmarked ourselves with our other peer companies. Secondly, there was a lot of advocacy and publicity that was done. And then thirdly, there was a change in our procurement policy. So this meant that our margin of preference changed. So what now we sought to do was ensure that the supplier met the technical evaluation minimum criteria. And then after meeting the minimum technical evaluation criteria, we now were flexible on the commercial bits, and now that's so many women now integrated into being our suppliers as Safaricom. So there was also a lot of workshops and seminars that went into the initiative. So this is basically meant now telling our suppliers what the initiative was about and what our intentions were. So besides baselining, there was also the next stage involved vendor recruitment. This meant basically a public call for pre-qualification in 2018. Probably some of you recall that in 2018 we actually aggressively sought to ask vendors to now pre-qualify themselves into various categories. Then we also set up a vendor self-registration in our portal. So vendors are now able to log into our portal and self-register themselves. So in case any opportunity arises, they're given the chance to now, tender alongside other vendors. And then there was also referrals from other vendors and peers. There was also the element of pre-qualification. So previously our requirements were nine very stringent requirements that were needed before, when pre-qualifying our vendors. So we realized this was a bit too stringent. So we wanted to now open up the opportunity to women. So we reduced the requirements from 9 to 7, making it easier for potential vendors to now meet the minimum criteria. So the third bucket or the third stage involved capacity building. So capacity building involved exposing our vendors to our procure-to-pay process, basically sensitizing them on how we conduct, how we onboard them, the process of contracting, the process of now, conducting performance reviews, and the process of now terminating paying them and then terminating the engagement.
All right, Millicent.
Also the element of, basically telling them the do's and don'ts of how to do business with Safaricom as an entity. And then there was also the element of targeted and clustered capacity building sessions for specific categories. For example, maybe we will now pick vendors who are providing services probably for cleaning or for hospitality. We group them together because their requirements we realize will be different from maybe a vendor who is offering services on fiber rollout. Or
Millicent, I beg your pardon.
So
Millicent, if you can hear me.
Clustered together. Yes, please.
Yeah, I beg your pardon. If you could just give your closing sentence now because of time.
Okay. So I had mentioned that there's baselining, there was also vendor recruitment, there was capacity building, and then there was also the element of work allocation, and then of course there was the one of basically now giving the vendors work to do And there's the element of reporting. Basically, this involves tracking how far we were doing as far as bringing the women into business is concerned. So what I can say is that this borne fruits, and we were able to have our first annual awards, and this was won by a woman. Then 4 other big awards were won by women as well. So my call to action is we need to support our women. We need to support women to do business.
Yes.
We all know that once we lift one woman, the impact in society is felt by many. And I want to commend the speakers who've talked before me. Very inspiring story there from Mary, so keep it up. So I think on that note, I want to end. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope we'll be able to interact more and meet you probably in subsequent sessions. Thanks for the opportunity.
All right. Thank you so much, Millicent. From here, we have clapped for you. Let's show it. We have clapped for you. Asante sana. Asante sana for your time. Asante sana. And, we want to really thank all the sponsors that have made this possible, including the Safaricom who have spoken last there, for making this really possible to happen. So, definitely, as I said earlier, we have as well stakeholders from this region. And I'm excited as well to acknowledge and as well give them a quick sessions as well to say something. And I want to start with Dirango Gashuni, the CEO Central Region Economic Block, and he's here. Tafadhali naomba uje and say your quick remarks as well. We are just quite trying to race against time, but karibu sana, and say a few words as well on what is happening in this region.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Good. My name is Dirango Gashunia. I'm the CEO Central Region Economic Bloc, and I'm also the economic advisor to the Governor of Nyeri, His Excellency Governor Mutahi Kahiga. And my colleague will give remarks on behalf of the Governor, but I'll talk more from Central Region Economic point of view. And I'll be very quick so that I'll leave the rest for my colleague to give. And first is to welcome you to the Central Region. And we just came from Laikipia, where we were holding the Industrialization Week. And one of the things and the messages we've been giving and sending across is that Central Region Economic Bloc is ready for business. And we are so much ready to showcase really what this region is all about. We want to appreciate the President for the heavy investment that has come into this region for the last 10 years or so, and even earlier during the former administration of Moi Kibaki. And that consolidated investment in infrastructure has made this region so attractive that we don't now see any reason why people should go and pay hundreds of millions for small plots of land in industrial area where you can actually set up your factory right here in Nyeri. And with the new Keno Marwa expansion, you're able to get to Nairobi within 1.5 hours. So we want to say that this region is so central because once you're here and you can produce in this region, you can supply the north, you can supply and using the Lapset corridor, you can get to Lamu faster than you can get to coast on the other side. And with the upgrade of the ports and the investment that is coming up, this region is poised to become the manufacturing hub for this whole region, not just Kenya, because we are on the Great North Corridor. So that means it gives you access to Ethiopia and way up north. So as the governors, we work with 10 governors and 10 counties from Nakuru, Laikipia, Meru on this side, Laikipia, Meru, Nyeri, Tharaka Nithi, all the way up. And this region contributes around 28% to the GDP of the country. And the numbers are very attractive right here. So when you say that if this region was a country, our GDP would be ahead of more than 34 countries in Africa. And what we are saying is that we want to make this count for something. We want to make these numbers, and we call this region the cradle of entrepreneurship. And we want to say that this must mean something. So that once we pull together, for example, right now, with the leadership of the CECs and the bloc, we are working to make sure that the county governments, these 10 county governments, are working on their tariffs so that we're able to bring down both the tariff and non-tariff barriers. For example, I'm sure the people in manufacturing, those who are manufacturing maybe in Kiambu, by the time you get your products to Laikipia, you have paid for like 5 different counties, levies and licenses, especially distribution licenses. So what we are saying, and I think KAM should be a very natural partner to CEREB in this matter, to push so that all our counties are able to amend their finance bills, so that if you're producing in this region, you should be able to supply in this region without so many multiplicity of tariffs. And that is what as CEREB we're very passionate to do. Already, I think we have 2 counties that are already working on their finance bills on this, so that we're able to help people in manufacturing in this region to be able to distribute freely, because we have seen very challenging events like you're manufacturing in Laikipia, and the boundaries are almost non-existent, but when your vehicle, branded vehicle, crosses over 100 meters on the other side, and you're in the same town, maybe you're in Arumoro, for example, you have to pay levies on the other side. And there are no monthly charges on this. They are yearly charges per product. So if you have 5 products, it becomes very punitive for our manufacturers. And that's why we are saying, as government, we are basically facilitative. And as CEREB, our work is to make sure that governments are talking to each other. So when we have a platform, I can get the 10 CECs of trade to talk to each other, 10 governors to talk to each other, 10 CECs of health to talk to each other, so that the challenges that are common, we are able to tackle them. So we want to say and to invite the KM and also, of course, the chambers of commerce. They are natural partners in this. And as we plan maybe next year to have our investment conference as a region, we want to showcase and say, come, let's work together on this matter, so that once we're able to effectively pass policies in all our counties that are facilitative, then that means we are all in business together. So very inspiring stories today from the ladies who are in manufacturing. We're in business in other forums when we are not in government, and it's very inspiring to listen to you. So thank you very much. I'll leave the rest for my colleague.
Asante sana, makofi tafadhali. That is the Central Region Economic Block, ama ukitaka masereb. Ndio hao, eh? Asante sana, but we appreciate the comments. And we really hope what you have said can come to implementation, that people don't have to pay all these tariffs, yet they are just within the same block. Now, right about now, as I told you, we were in the South Rift region, huko Nakuru, Gilgil, and Nyandarua. And I just wanted you for a few seconds to see what happened there. So I want to play a video for you to see exactly what went down. Tafadhali.
The Women in Manufacturing South Rift Region Conference and Exchange Visits. Bankability Conference, Exchange Visits, opening dinner, amazing. This is how it went down.
Welcome to Nakuru County, and you're officially here because of the Women in Manufacturing Conference, courtesy of the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. And ladies and gentlemen, I officially welcome you to this auspicious occasion.
I think productivity that women bring into business is no doubt. I mean, nobody doubts that women for a long time have been lauded for affecting the economy in a massive way. But it can only be realized across all aspects of society if we achieve gender equality.
As Nakuru County, we assure you to continuously support the women in manufacturing. Why? Because you're actually the key people in terms of investment opportunities that are actually helping us deal with our raw materials. Secondly, you're actually big investors who are actually providing employment opportunities for our youths, which is actually very good for us as well. So as a county, what we'll only need is just to make your work easier. by providing an enabling environment so that you can perform your work in a very good environment.
We have good ideas and we are very hardworking. You know, women are very hardworking. So we work. But where do we put our products? How do we sell our products? That is another thing that is really putting us down.
So it's a real big issue. Madam, it is good you have pointed that out. As a networking a group right now, let us really reach out to those who are strong in various fields. Let's help lift each other.
As you get into any of your businesses, whether it is food or textiles or baking, whatever it is, as you master your tricks, you will get better at it.
We are engaged in value addition of horticultural products, and we really particularly wish to encourage you guys to embark on manufacturing, since as you all know, manufacturing is one of the big four agenda that our president is advocating for. And there's a lot of potential in value addition, especially in the horticultural and spice sector.
I'm very happy to see that many of you are young, energetic, and looking for something to do and something to bring to the country, to the economy, not only of this country but of this continent.
Asanteni sana kwa kukuja. You guys have walked through the factories, you have seen everything. So congratulations to all of you for everything you've learned. Thank you. Enjoy yourselves and have a wonderful evening.
Amazing experiences, wonderful stories, new Women in Manufacturing members. Next up, Kitui County.
Thank you so much. And we actually went to Eastern, and we are now here in Central. That's what went down in the South Rift region. That's Nakuru, Gilgil, and Nyandarua. Wamama, bado tupo. Mimi nauliza muko Because right now, I want to bring the leaders, and we have already had the conversation as well that has started with Mr. Dirango, and I want to bring the other leaders of this county especially. Wenye ambao sasa kama mko na maswali yote ya kibiashara, you can ask them. So leo ni siku yetu wana biashara, so that we are able to have all the questions we have answered. Any challenge you may have from the county level, from just the aspect of just doing business, leo ni leo, sindio? Because we are here to ensure that we live out of this place better and better empowered. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to at this moment to welcome the Kenyan National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, KNCCI, Nyeri County Chapter. And that is Mr. Ibrahim Ndegwa. Ako hapa na ako ready kutuambia what is going down in the room. Karibu sana, and we want you to as well address the women shortly.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, all of us. God is good. Yeah. Thank you. It's a very humbling moment for me to stand here today and make some few remarks. And I'll keep my harboring very, very short and slim. The governor representative present with us today, the economic advisor, Mr. Dirango Kachunia, who is also the CEO Celeb. The CEC Trade, Diana Kendi, who is present with us. The WIM chairman, Madam Gecho, the UNIDO deputy representative with us today, and the CAM Central chapter of Central region, who I believe is here today with us. Sorry if I mixed up the protocol. All protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Degwa Ibrahim, the chairman of KNCCI Nyeri County. It goes beyond honor to have been accorded this opportunity to make some remarks on behalf of KNCCI this afternoon in this kind of an auspicious occasion as we address a very important and critical issue of women in manufacturing, courtesy of CAM Central Region. As we all know, manufacturing is considered as a part of the economy and can be traced in the ancient world when production was limited to manual operations and also remained very secretive between the artisan and his assistant. Why I might choose to go backward to the history is because we would love to appreciate where we are coming from and where we are today. As you may understand, KNCCI, or Kenya Chambers of Commerce and Industry, is an affiliate of the international ICC, that is the International Chambers of Commerce. And we have a long, long history. This organization is over 420 years old. So we are not talking about an organization that was a recent organization. We are a very, very old organization. And that's why we may have a lot of data in that line of history. However, we all understand that manufacturing process changed dramatically in the 18th century with the onset of Industrial Revolution. Items were no longer handmade, but machines were used instead. History has it in record, for example, in USA, that during the World War II, the US experienced labor shortage and women marched forward, joining the workforce and picking up broken pieces left behind in the skilled trades. Rosie the Riveter revolutionized the perception of the gender role, inviting more women to take on jobs such as welding, machine operating, and other hard skills. Despite the long time history, women involved in manufacturing industry still remain noticeably underrepresented, especially in the construction industry. Other key barriers that have hindered female in manufacturing or construction work is experience of gender harassment, intimidation, hostile work environment, threatening on jobs, and sexual harassment. And this is where now we chambers as an institution come in. We have a strong agenda of protecting and developing the interest of every person who is an entrepreneur or an investor. And should you have issues and you're our member, then we'll go out of our way to address such kind of issues. That is our mandate. However, there is a great paradigm shift in the world, and women have continued to explore new opportunities, making inroads in the industry, once almost exclusively male-dominated, such as manufacturing. The evidence shows that attitude both in industry and among women are changing, and more women are seeing a place for themselves in the existing and challenging industry. A good example in Kenya is the crochet industry. Manufacturing is now not the dirty, dangerous, and dull profession as it used to be considered. It is increasingly safe, clean, high-tech. It supports more than operations on the shop floor. As you understand, most of the women are now being taken in very, very high offices in terms of operations, in terms of the levels of management. So we can see there is quite a big change. We in KSNCR concur with one of us, E.G. Kam, who would believe in us that one of the ways of growing our GDP is to agree that women have the same potential to contribute to manufacturing as men. And we need them, and that includes women with skills ranging from designs and marketing to administration, finance and sales, and cybersecurity. We need women to have that opportunity in manufacturing in Kenya, and the entire world is going to reach its potential. Last but not least, we must all agree that today's manufacturing challenges demand a diverse, multifaceted approach to problem-solving, production, and leadership. It is very unfortunate that, particularly in Kenya, women who own formal factories are still minority, with 73 being owned by men. That's a big challenge, and that's why we would appreciate more of you. We'll be willing, as KNCCI, to support all of you women who are willing to come in business of manufacturing. But it is not all lost. It's also good to mention that women status is improving. The research sampling of formal and informal factories indicate that 89% of male-owned factories have women in their senior management. According to Phyllis Wakianga, CEO CAM, sorry, I think there's a mistake there. What this demonstrates is that when you have both and leaders who support the growth of women in manufacturing sectors, you tend to see policies put in place that mainstream gender into boardroom. That is one way of having more women coming on board, electing more women to chair in the boards of every other manufacturing firm. What this leads to is that more women are able to rise to top leadership. And a good example, just to mention some few, is Tabitha Karanja again of Kerosha Industry, Flora Mutai of Mavis Tea, Hina Dean Kariuki of Gideon Communications, Jude Oinga of Actra Chicks, Lona Luto of Eco Posts, Ruth Mwanzia of Ola Waters, Kalpa Badia, who I believe she's in with us here today, thank you, Laka Cheese Processor, and I believe you are an investor who is locally here with us. We invite you to onboard in chamber. Having said that, we in KNCCI are more than convinced that manufacturing jobs are the kind of jobs that will make Kenya strong, and we are stronger when we all stand together. Our philosophy in KNCCI is that strong community translates into a strong economy. We will endeavor to do our duty as stipulated in our mandate to protect and develop the business community. Asante sana. Thank you for listening to me. God bless you.
Thank you so much. And Bwana Ibrahim, kabla utoke hapo, hayo ni makofi yako. Nimeenda pale kwa wanabiashara kadhaa nilikuwa nimeongea nao.
Yeah.
Some of them wanasema this is the first time wanasikia KNCCI.
Thank you.
Na kuna mmoja hata alikuwa na swali.
Yeah.
Sasa unajua they are here to see how they can benefit from you.
That's all right.
But as I go for the question, kwa lugha ambayo sisi watu wa huku tunaweza elewa kidogo tu. Kwa kifupi tu in a sentence. Unajua kizungu imeanguka hapo kidogo, imeingia sana. What can you say in a sentence? KNCCI inasaidia wanabiashara aje? Kwa sababu wamesikia majina kubwa kubwa tu.
Thank you.
Twende.
Very much. That's a very, very brilliant question.
Yes.
Wacha niseme na nianze kusema kwamba Kenya National Chambers of Commerce and Industry, kama vile nimeelezea, ni chama ambayo imekuwa huko duniani miaka over 420 years. And unfortunately, it has not been, I can say it has not been very vibrant, because at a certain time, ilitumiwa na regimes kufanya politics. Kwa hivyo ni kama ikapoteza mwelekeo kidogo, lakini imekuwa sawa sawa. Wakati huu tumepata bahati kupata kwamba even watu ambao wanatuongoza ni watu kama President Uhuru, the deputy, hadi patrons wetu wakuu. Na kwa hivyo sasa tumeanza kupata mwelekeo ambao unafaa katika mwangalio ya kibiashara. Na ningetaka kusema kwamba it's quite unfortunate that hii chama ilitumika kwa politics. Ile kwamba kwa wakati huu tumeikataa. We as an organization remain apolitical, if you like, and that simply means that we don't involve ourselves very, very much directly with the politics of the day. Ataigawa kila kitu ambayo tunaongelea.
Yes.
Tunasema ni politics.
Kila
kitu inatouch everywhere.
Okay.
So, kurudisha swali ya mwenye ameuliza. Nikitaka kusema kwamba kuna a lot of benefits. First and foremost, uone kwamba chamber uione kama kwa mfano kama hii chama ya elimu NAT. What NAT is to the teacher is what Chamber of Commerce is to the business fraternity.
Okay.
So, having said that, you see that we connect and we are all well networked. We have more than 13 million athletes all over the world. So you can imagine, like, when nikitoka hapa kama mwanabiashara nijipeleke pali, hata hii neighboring countries here, nijipeleke tu as an individual. It is quite different when we organize for you, because we also have a chamber ya Uganda, kuna chamber ya Tanzania. All right? It makes it easier, it makes things easier for you if you are importing things or exporting things. We network you, and there are some few things that you may never get to involve yourself with. Problems zile watu wengi wanapatana nazo wakati wanafanya biashara.
Okay.
Sijui kama nimerudisha swali.
Hapo umejaribu kabisa, imeingiana kabisa. Na nimeshika kwamba wanasaidia pia kama unataka kupeleka your goods out of the country, mambo kama yale. Watakusaidia in terms of network.
And again, issues to do with business connections, the way we can connect you.
Yes.
In terms of business intelligence.
Yeah.
What you're supposed to do at any given time, what you're supposed to invest, where you're supposed to invest. This is our line.
Asante.
Yeah.
Wacha tusikie one quick one.
It's nice that you have given us a clear indication. I think I should stand. Yeah, it's bad to talk when I'm seated. My name is Margaret, and I deal with. I was in the hotel industry. Now again, I'm in production of canola oil and sunflower oil. It's the first time I'm hearing of NCCI because I just started business the other day.
All right.
I have to admit that. But the thing is, when we come to KNCCI, and we are business people as a whole, you talk of union and the way unions have been helping people. But KNCCI, Lily, how do you connect all the, how do I get to be part of you and even to work with you and even to benefit from your organization? Because that is the main important thing. We know the union, we have people who have been working with other organizations, and we have been working under the union, and we know how the union works. But KNCCI, I'm sorry to say, Lily, personally, I don't understand how I will be working with you and how I will be helped.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Again, that is.
Bwana Ibrahim, kama unaweza jibu hilo swali na 30 seconds. Venye anaweza wasaidia.
Thank you very much indeed. Hiyo swali umeuliza ni swali ya maana sana. Kwa pengine wengine wetu ambao wako hapa ambao hawaelewi vile tunafanya kazi. What I mentioned from the onset is that it's like an union. So when it's a member club, you can say it's a members club. So you see, we have to register with us, all right? If you want us to take your interest, that's how we remain active in our organization. We have members. It's a members club. That means sisi tuna deal na members. So as much as maybe sometimes when we talk to the government, whether the national government or the county government, and influence some policies, because again that is one of our pillar, policy and advocacy. When we influence some policies, you also realize that when you are not a member, you still become a beneficiary. But you see, there is that direct benefits. Zile zinapatana na watu wetu wakiwa members. Wanapata wengine hawaelewi. Wanasikia tu chemba imefanya hivi, chemba imepeleka watu like last month but two. We had an expo that we took people to Egypt. And you see, wakati tunafanya hiyo organization, tunadeal na watu ya Egypt, tunapata wametugojea na kila kitu inakuwa very very easy for us and especially for investors. But to trim it down, let me say that the first step you're supposed to make is to register with us and become a member. And that's the way you realize a lot of benefits that you're missing out. Because there are things as a business person, when you have somebody else who can do them for you, will make you to narrow down your synergies to do what you're supposed to do at any particular time. Kuna vitu zingine ukiinvolve nazo, zingine zitakuchocha sana kama ukifanya biashara. Kuna mambo zingine tunafanya na I hope waziri ukiwa hapa mtanielewa kidogo. Kuna wakati kama sasa unapata magari zimefungwa hivi kwa barabara ovyo ovyo. You realize that sometimes it is not a very very good experience. But when we communicate with the county government at this level and tell them somewhere is going wrong, they take it very, very kindly. We have experiences of very good results when we communicate with these people as an organization, because they understand that we are the only legitimate body that is supposed to deal with the issues of the business community all over the world. I don't know whether I'm very, very clear or to you. First and foremost, the first step, become a member so that you can be able to know what is in the store. If I had time, maybe I could have explained more.
Asante sana. Asante sana.
Maybe I can take one other question if there is.
We will be taking more. Since you're still around, we'll be addressing that. But makofi kwake tafadhali, that's Bwana Ibrahim Degwa, KNCCI Nyeri County Chapter. Now, I'm seated here with other business ladies, and because we have, as I said, we are bringing the leaders, viongozi wa hii county, and thank you so much, Bwana Ibrahim, representing KNCCI. And we're going to have the next one, who is the Central Region leader of the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. But before he comes, I just want to have a quick chat here with one of the business persons. She's going to tell us the business she represents and the challenges she hopes can be addressed of doing business in the county. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kalpa Padia from Raka Milk Processors, manufacturer of manufacture cheese in Nyeri. What was addressed about I can't advertise my company on my vehicles because from moving from Nyeri all the way going to Nairobi, I'm going through so many counties, then I'll probably have to pay so many tariffs for every county. So that is one of the main challenges I've had. Nobody knows that Raka, I don't know if many people know that Raka is in Nyeri. So that has been my main challenge. Otherwise, that's my main challenge.
All right, all the business people present today, leo tumesema ni siku ya kuangalia all the challenges we have and to see how we can address them. And of course, that's a very key question, and I hope our subsequent speakers can also try and address that, and the county representatives as well here. Raka is saying they cannot advertise on their vehicles because the moment wameweka advert, wafu wansema wavuke Laikipia, kwisha, tariff, kila kona. And I think there was Bwana Dirango, you addressed that as well, and we hope that can be cut. That's a challenge, that's a big one, because you want to advertise yourself. In fact, kuna mtu alisema doing business without advertising is like winking at a girl in the dark. Hataona. Na sasa umesema nisiweke lebo yangu ya kusema ni mimi, you know. So what can we do? And I think those are very good questions. Let me at this moment invite the regional chair of the Kenya Association of Manufacturers that have really enabled this entire WIM event to happen, to come and address us. Mr. Maina Ruo is right here. Bwana Mr. Maina, you share a name with me. Na unajua majina yetu inasema sisi ni watu wa solutions. I hope you can, in your sentiments as well, address that challenge that I've had. Karibu sana.
Asante sana Garana. Habari zenu? I think I got the wrong slot because it's lunchtime and people are hungry. People don't have a lot of energy. But allow me to take a few minutes and first thank our women in manufacturing in our region, led by our very able national chair, Madam Gesho, who tells us that her village is just across beyond Green Hills, so she's very much at home. She's been an amazing lady, doing a lot for the ladies. I also need to let you know, especially the station that we are in, which is Nyeri. I have a special attachment to Nyeri because about late 90s I related with Nyeri in very, very specific ways, which our good lady there talked about, coffee. I was involved in Seremwai farm, Kirimara, Jangu, kwa brother yake, Biji Ndegwa, Kehori. I'm the one who helped rehabilitate Nyeri Hill Farm under the late Archbishop Kirima, and he got the farm running. I'm very pleased that it's still running. So Nyeri represents a very special part of my background, having been in a coffee expert for 25 years. So Nyeri, even my master's degree, I did something on Nyeri coffee production. So Nyeri is very close to my heart. Allow me to appreciate warembo wa Central in manufacturing, because you guys usually do a very big job. I know, like every other member, or maybe the committee that I chair of the Central Chapter, that constitutes 9 counties starting from Isiolo, Laikipia, Meru, Tharaka-Nithi, Embu, Kirinyaga, Nyeri, Murang'a, and Kiambu. They do it out of their own volition and cost. When we see Mary here, when we see Winnie here, they are doing something for the rest of us as investors in manufacturing and industries at their cost, and we really appreciate you. Allow me to first recognize our CEC Trade Nyeri, Madam Tarisha Diana Kendi, UNIDO Deputy Representative Lynette, who is with us today. Of course, our chair, Miringecho, any government officials that we might not have identified, the members of the association in and out of Central Chapter. I think I've seen a lot of those who have sponsored this event are actually members, as you'll recognize here below. The Central community, we have the CEO, Sereb. I think that is it's a difficult thing for a Central guy to pronounce, but whatever it means, whether it's Celeb or Sereb, I'm sure it fits the bill. Our sponsors, Kenya Power, Safaricom, our very own members, Space and Style, led by architect Winnie Ngumi, Thika Cloth Mills. Tejal, the MD of Thika Cloth Mills, is a member of the committee for Central Chapter. Capwell Industries, our vice chair at the national level, Rajan Shah. Highlands Drinks, I think these guys are just next to Hill Farm, which I talked about. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, hamjambo tena. I come from a background of farming and processing, and I would like to say a few things. First, about myself. My family has 4 members other than myself in the family, and they are split 50-50. I've got 2 ladies and 2 young men. And I can tell you this women in manufacturing issue relates very well with my own home. When I want an honest answer from the family, and it relates to serious decisions, I ask the ladies. They are spontaneous, they have simple answers, and they are real. When I ask the young men, they have very complicated answers. You can't place them anywhere, and it's not easy to make a decision. So if you want something for fun or for travel or for holidays, you ask the boys. When you want something serious, ask the ladies. I say this because I see a lot of trust in ladies. I see a lot of honesty and what they have in excess, energy. And I think that's why you are better businessmen than we are. Earlier today, we were speaking with the CEC for Laikipia County. Sorry, I didn't recognize you, Mr. Biwott. And I was joking about this issue of us men. Ladies will follow the small details. Every detail. That's why they get the results. Me and Biwott will agree, we'll meet at Nanyuki. When I go there, then I end up at the club. And then he'll tell me, no, nimefika hapa Meru narudi. Then he doesn't come back. Then I'm business to go and go back. We'll not finish anything. And I'm challenging Biwott here. I know, oh sorry, I forgot to recognize the education CC from Meru. And I challenge the CC for trade Nyeri. I'm sure, and you had better beat them, The engagement that we've discussed that we need to propel each respective counties. I want to see you ahead. Otherwise, we will spoil our names. Because I know she will push very hard. She will push very hard. That's how ladies are. Go to Winengomi's office and you know, you'll appreciate what these people can push. They push hard and soft. So the results are always realized. So we need to be careful. Now, let me appreciate that this whole conference, I know everybody thinks that I'm the one who has organized this, but it's been done by the women in manufacturing, led by Mary Ngechu. Let's put our hearts together for Mary Ngechu. Far too often we want to take some of these prizes for no reason, but that is the case. Members, ladies and gentlemen, the main goal for devolution was to delocalize key functions that contribute the country's overall economic growth while enhancing access to various services. This was a good intention. Despite the crucial role it plays, today's society is marred by various setbacks that hinder social and economic development. The CAM Central Chapter region continues to face various challenges that hinder the growth of the manufacturing sector in the region. Inter-county trade being the most prevalent. And I would like to urge the people in offices like the advisor to the governor and the CEC trades that we have here, and CEC education who is here. We need to pursue these things seriously. Let the issue of inter-county costs be part of your agenda. Go to the offices. I know the governors sometimes chase you out of their offices, refuse to leave the room. Advisor, refuse to leave their offices. Tell them those are necessary things that needs to be done. Please, please, please. The CCs, please, let's make sure this central region that we keep talking about, I know our good gentleman told us that if our economy was a country, it would represent us, that would be we would be 21st in the whole of Africa. There will be many countries behind us. But are we supportive of each other? Why should the borderline of Laikipia be a problem? As you enter the headquarters of Laikipia, you are basically in Nyeri. I think even some walls are inside Nyeri County. But why should a vehicle like the lady that makes a good product from dairy product have to pay this type of cost? I don't think it's necessary. And if we did that, then it will mean that you can be a population that is very small, like the way we have Laikipia population, have many factories and allow the products to go to the neighboring counties like Nyeri, Muranga that have higher populations, and it will benefit us all. So it's important, and we've tried to handle it. We've booked meetings with the governors. We've not had appointments. So, Madam Diana, Bwana Biot, Madam Lina, please, we need appointments with the governors, but we'll have told you the story before, so I hope you'll have sold the stories. It's hard to move, and this thing has been a big problem. We've managed to engage the governor for Kiambu, who agreed to start talking with the rest of the governors. But I think with this thing, we can only win it if we are all together. The county government engagements, we've had fruitful and long-term relations with the county governments, but the core issues that needs to be addressed, it's time we make sure they are addressed, and we'll need to push it. I know we are going into a time of uncertainty because we'll focus on the wrong things. I keep saying that the terms of the jobs that we do, if you are in employment, the tasks of political offices, the task of appointment to political offices are very short term. They are 5 years, they are 10 years, they are 15 years, they are 20 years. Mary Gesho, our Women in Manufacturing Chair, did not tell us how long he has lasted how long she has lasted. She has done many, many years. And of course, before that, she might have been employed, but the ideas were built long before. And we are sure her businesses will exist 60 years, 100 years, long before she's not there. Those business ideas will continue growing. Madam Winnie Ngumi told us that she's 20 years into space and tiles. So these businesses, some of these businesses have been here for a long time. Think of cloth mills. As I was a primary school kid, it was still there. But I know that Madam Tejal, I think, took over from the parents and very many families. Yeah. We know the Broadway bread, and it has been there for 60 years. I think since 57. Yeah. The current MD, Bimal Shah, took over from the father and the brothers, and there was the original grandfather who started it. So we need to appreciate that the people seated here, the people who have started the various businesses, like the coffee one that you're talking about, those are ideas that can outlive us 100 years, 200 years. And it's important that as a society in central Kenya, we take care of those good ideas.
Okay. Finally.
I don't know that one, but I'll use it. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, as we seek to address the challenges, we hope to see increased participation of women investors in the region. We know there are already enough ladies, but we need more and more, because I think I trust them. They have enough energy and they're very honest. Let's do what we must do as ladies. Through the Women in Manufacturing program, we strive towards bringing all the relevant stakeholders on board to help women in industry maximize on their potential for sustained economic growth. Asanteni sana, and please enjoy the rest of the presentation. Asante.
Asante sana. Makofi tafadhali to the regional chair, Kenya Association of Manufacturers, right here. Asante, Mr. Maina. Now, very quickly, let me just, in quick succession now, call on the county representatives, and we have the chief committee member, definitely, executive committee member, gender and social responsibility, gender and social development, Meru County, Miss Lina Nkirote. She's here, so if you could kindly as well come and give us an address as well. And I think there's an underlying philosophy that we're going to make it as short as possible because the time is beginning to say something. Karibu.
Thank you very much, MC. But I have two slots: trade, who is not here, and gender. Anyway, the chair, Women in Manufacturing, Mary Ngechu, the regional representative for CAM, Mr. Maina, the regional representative chairperson, Sereb, the CECs present, Winnie of Space and Style, Lynette from UNIDO, the Kenya Power representatives, Engineer Marete, all the other sponsors, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm Lina Nkirote Kailanya. I'm the CC in charge of education, technology, gender and social development, Meru County. Unfortunately, my colleague from trade couldn't make it, but I have a few comments. Being in the government, I'm aware of some of the programs that our governor is supporting. So today, I'm really here, happy to congratulate the women in manufacturing. We are proud of you. You're the movers and shakers of the economy. And now we have the very best, our chairperson, Mary Ngechu, and the lady whom we've also seen so many times on TV, showcasing that women can do things differently, the architect, Winnie. So congratulations, you are setting the trend. You're showing women that we can do what men can do and more. So for me, I'll touch on a few things. Our governor is very keen on making Meru great. So in specific, when it comes to trade and agriculture, we are focusing on 4 value chains. avocado, macadamia, banana, and, 4 value chains. Now the thing is, with the 4 value chains, there has been a big challenge, so we are trying to address the gap, because we find that the most people who are in farming are women, but then we do not have the products in bulk. So what the Department of Trade and Agriculture is doing is consolidating that. We are organizing the farmers into unions and cooperatives to ensure that those who enter into manufacture and processing are able to access products in bulk. So one of the things we are doing is setting up cooperatives, assisting the farmers to set up cooperatives or to join cooperatives and unions. And in that regard, the gap of processing is also being addressed, because when you look at bananas, Meru is the leading county that produces bananas. Now forget Kisii. Kisii is now number 2 or somewhere there, but Meru is leading. That product is not being used as it should be, because we are not adding value. So what we are focusing on is entering into that sector where we can go to supermarkets and get chips where it's peeled, it's packed, and we can actually get it from bananas or potatoes. So, and when you go into the market, you can also get flour from potatoes, whereby you don't have to go peeling potatoes, but you just go mash and do, and the chips also, so that it's readily accessible and usable. So what we want to do is mainly processing, and the government has passed a policy, and we are actually acquiring land to do EPZ in one of the areas in Meru. So we are actually enhancing the issue of ensuring that we have land and the products we have can easily be processed in the county. It means inviting investors who can also do business with us and ensure that our youth also get jobs. In terms of skills, we've been able to distribute industrial machines in our polytechnics. We've focused on sewing machines, also engines. So we want our youth to have that knowledge so that by the time they are out there, they are market friendly and they can also set up industries or businesses that can employ others, and they are more, in terms of they are more knowledgeable of what the industries need. Now, still on trade, in terms of COVID response strategy, the governor set aside 25 million to be issued out to SMEs, or especially women in small businesses. And what they have done is set up a structure whereby they do co-guaranteeing in terms of groups, and that money is sent to them via mobiles. So it's easily accessible to them. And then also we've also brought women together, together with the Stanbic. They have been trained. They know how to access loans. They are able to budget, and they know what the risks are and how to identify businesses that they can venture into. We've also worked with the COG and brought women together whereby they understand their role in urban planning. So we are focusing on those activities where each of the departments, through gender mainstreaming, can identify activities that can benefit especially the women, who in turn, when you look at, for example, a family has 5, and maybe a woman has benefited from seed capital. If you multiply the number of women by the number of people that person is feeding, for example, there's a women empowerment program we call Toweza. We've been able to distribute 35 million to 440 groups. In each group, maybe each group has 35 on average, 35 members. Each of those members has 5 people to support. In essence, we are talking about over 17,000 members who've benefited from seed capital, and we are talking about over 85,000 families benefiting. So our agenda as a government is to ensure that the women are empowered to rise from the level they are at now and step make two steps towards, growing their businesses, becoming manufacturers. And that's why, even as I stand here, I'll reach out to WIM and CAM to ensure that their presence in Meru is felt. We'll support you, and our governor is very keen on partnerships. So we'll ensure that whatever you have, our women can have, so that we continue making Meru great. In the gender, we have a draft gender mainstreaming policy. The idea is to ensure that each department has activities that support women, youth, and PWDs, so that whenever we go into an area, we are not thinking that there's an area that's left behind. So it's to ensure that all the government resources are focused in the right direction. I think I might be able to say more. Now, one of the critical factors I haven't mentioned is, for these women, we are empowering them, right? That's a strategy that we have because we've developed an SGBV policy, that is a sexual gender-based violence policy, to ensure that we create a good environment, the right environment for women to operate. Because even if we give that money, even if we empower that person by giving them training, and they suffer violence, they either beaten or they undergo any form of violence. It means that demeans them. They end up much lower. They're not able to take advantage of the resources that we are giving. So we've developed an SGBV policy where we've trained the court users, that is those in terms of police, judges, prosecutors, so that they're able to address issues. We don't have gaps that maybe cases are lost. The women can have confidence to bring out issues and to go to the institutions that are there so that their issues can be addressed. We've trained during Cheke, the custodians of the culture, to ensure that they don't handle things underground, but so that everyone in Meru feels supported and they have the right environment to ensure that the clarion call of the governor, making Meru great, is felt and is met everywhere. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you so much. A round of applause to our speaker, that is Ms. Lina Nkirote, CECM Gender and Social Development, that is Meru County. Asante sana for that address. Wow. The reason why I'm not going there is to save up on time, and right about now, sorry, I forgot to do this because you needed it. Yeah, that's why I was coming closer there. Allow me at this moment to cross over to understand hii mambo ya biashara. Is it, how is the landscape when we think global? Mambo global, is it? And in the house we have Miss Lynette Luva, UNIDO, that is United Nations Industrial Development Organization Deputy Representative. I want to request her to kindly come to the stage. And because we had a conversation with her, she said she's not going to take a lot of time, just 3 minutes, which is amazing, eh? Na hiyo itasave saa yetu kwa sababu ya masaa tuko nayo. So please, if you can, briefly address us. Karibu sana.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for having me. And I will try and stick to the 3 minutes that I've been given today so that we can all finish up and go for lunch. I'm sure we're really looking forward to having a good meal after all the inspirational conversations we have had this morning. So Central Region Economic Bloc Representative, CEC Trade, Nyeri County, CEC Trade, Laikipia County, CEC Gender, Meru County, CAM, WIM Chairperson, government officials, CAM members, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lynette Luvai. I work for the United Nations Industrial Development Organization. We call it UNIDO in short. So UNIDO supports government to meet its industrial agenda, and we do this working both at the national government and the county governments. It is my pleasure and honor to be here today at the Women in Manufacturing Conference and Product Parade. My appreciation and special thanks go to the Kenya Association of Manufacturers and the host county for organizing this important conference as a strategy to increase the participation of women in manufacturing by highlighting women's important role in driving the economy of this country. Under the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, the world has pledged to attain gender equality and the empowerment of women and rights by 2030. Kenya is a signatory to that as well, and so we really have to work towards this. UNIDO's vision in this regard is that women and men equally lead, participate in, and benefit from inclusive and sustainable industrial development. UNIDO is therefore committed to addressing gender inequalities in industry and to harness women's full potential as leaders and economic agents of change, thereby transforming economies and generating inclusive growth. We recognize that industrialization can significantly contribute to economic development and shared prosperity. But as Madam Mary pointed out earlier, women in manufacturing face various challenges, such as inadequate access to capital, skills, technology, markets, and not to mention operating in a tough enabling environment. And we've heard this also from the floor in regards to the issues of tariffs, etc. There is need for targeted interventions to address these challenges, such as facilitating women's access to business development services, improved access to finance, and strengthening the ability of organizations, such as women business associations, to provide relevant services and support to women in industry. And I am very happy to note that the Women in Manufacturing platform is actually addressing all these issues that, as UNIDO, we have highlighted need to be addressed to promote women's participation in industry. We also look at the policy level in UNIDO because we work very closely with governments, both at the national and county level. And we see that there is a need to better understand the gender structures that relate to manufacturing and also improve sex disaggregated data collection and gender analysis in relation to industrialization. And this will really help in terms of both policymakers and practitioners making evidence-based solutions. UNIDO therefore looks forward to partnering with all stakeholders, including government, private sector, development partners, academia, and women in terms of encouraging their participation in manufacturing. And we have a very strong focus on supporting MSMEs. So I'm really here, I'm in the right place, because whilst here, I'm listening and really understanding and getting a pulse of the challenges and the opportunities that women in working within the MSME sector are facing. And this conversation will really help us as UNIDO in terms of engaging the various stakeholders we work with and with government to come up with solutions and strategies that will be helpful for us all. So thank you very much, Asanteni Sana. It is a real pleasure to be here, seated among such strong women. Just listening to Mary and Winnie, really an inspiration. And I feel really privileged to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A round of applause to Miss Lynette. Asante Sana. And thank you for sticking. You are like a debater to sticking to 3 minutes. Thank you so much. Wow. So far, so good. And I am hopeful that we will be right in time for the final session that we are planning to have. So at this moment, please allow me, put your hands together as well as I welcome the Chief Executive Committee member, Trade, Tourism and Cooperative Development right here, Nyeri County, Miss Diana Kendi. A round of applause to her as well as she comes. Karibu sana, so that at least we can have an address from you as well.
Well, MC, thank you. The ladies from the Women in Manufacturers, the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, my colleague CECs from Meru and Laikipia, our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Gashunia, from CEREB, that I serve with in CEREB as the chair of the Trade Caucus. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, sorry. Good afternoon. As I've been introduced, my name is Diana Kendi Tarichia, and I'm the CEC in charge of Trade, Tourism, and Cooperative Development here in Nyeri County. Today, I also have the honor of presenting the remarks of my boss, His Excellency the Governor, and it would be good that you guide me on how much time you can give me to give his remarks. Thank you, MC. I'm correctly guided. First of all, receive regards from His Excellency the Governor of Nyeri, Mwalimu Mutahi Kahiga. He would have loved to be here with you, but we had a function that is going on at his compound at the governor's office, whereby we are now sending away our third cohort of interns who've been with us for 1 year. Nyeri County prides itself in being the county with the biggest internship program. We take in 200 interns per year, of whom we pay, and we put these interns in the various departments in the county government. So if they are trained in education, they go to TVETs. If they are trained in healthcare, they go to the hospitals and so forth. So we are really proud of that program. So far, we've been able to train 600 interns here in Nyeri County. Therefore, that tells you we already have a big pool of very well-trained talent here in Nyeri County. Moving on, the theme of today's meeting, this being the Industrialization Week for Africa, as guided by your organization, UNIDO. And thank you very much for all the work that you do. We have seen what you're doing in Laikipia at the Industrialization Forum, and we've learned a lot from there. We were there yesterday with my counterpart, Biwot. So really, as I was looking and as we were looking with my boss through what the theme of this forum is, it is really about moving from surviving to thriving. That's what our brochures tell us. And COVID was a very difficult period for everyone in the world, really. But what did COVID teach us? Because it is in the difficulties that the opportunities are born. If you ask a lot of entrepreneurs here, and women in manufacturers and others, they'll tell you probably their businesses were born when they lost a job. And now they can't imagine how it was reporting to a boss who was shouting at them from morning to evening. I'm not saying all bosses are like that, but that is the experience of a lot of people. So what was COVID for us? It hurt us in very deep places sometimes, but what COVID taught us, especially as Africa, is we can be self-sufficient. Is that before we were all rushing, anytime we needed something we were importing from China, we were doing all of this. Then one day the logistics system was not working. And all of us who, especially, I can't say I'm rich, but those of us who are really rich in this country, when they'd get sick, they'd go abroad. Then suddenly, tuko hapa sisi wote. What did that tell us? It told those guys that now we need, including some of us in government, we need to invest in better healthcare facilities right here at home. And that is a good thing if you ask me. What again did it teach us? A lot of us, we were highly dependent on getting our inputs from abroad. There's a company I like to refer to, and we are very proud that it chose Nyeri County as home. This company manufactures semiconductors. Highly technological kind of stuff, and they are based at the Dedan Kimathi Science Park. By the way, they have an industrial park there, where they have all the benefits of being situated at an industrial park. But why did they come to Nyeri? In fact, they manufacture mainly for American companies. When COVID came, they could not go to America, right? So they had to find a way to manufacture right here at home. And that's a lesson that has stuck with us, and it has told us it is possible for us to do it for ourselves, it is also possible for us to consume our own products. You know, back then it was very prestigious to say, my suit is from Italy, you know. But now we are seeing a lot of local designers coming up and doing a lot of beautiful designs, including some of these kind of designs we used to pride ourselves in from Italy. So then, what will lead us from surviving COVID to thriving post-COVID in industry? The answer is scale. Scale. Because really, if right now a lot of our cottage industries and a lot of our industries are based at home, which is a good place to start. But how quickly do we grow these businesses? For us, you know, we are really, really behind in the world. So we have to have a very exponential growth curve for us to even attempt to catch up. Scale. How do we get to scale? Technology. Is the technology available? Is it affordable? 2, entrepreneurship. I know a lot of businesses, if I was to ask the business people who are here, what is your biggest problem in business? A lot of times they'll tell us capital. But a lot of times it is skill. A lot of times, how do you negotiate, for example? A lot of people, if you ask them, where do you get capital from? Most of them think of banks and circles, which is great. But there are many other ways that you can negotiate and structure your business with suppliers, with markets, with how you negotiate for people to pay you faster, you know? So there are very many ways in which we can look at the capital question. Then there is obviously the labor, which we are blessed with plenty of. Just recently we were in Canada for a trade mission, and they are short of labor by 700,000 jobs. They can't find people to work. You go to a restaurant, there is one person. But we don't have that problem in Kenya. We have land, then we have the challenge of land location mainly, and then we have markets and government regulation. We could not hear of this government regulation problem enough. His Excellency the Governor requests that I inform you that the county government of Nyeri is really committed to addressing these problems. The lady from Raka, we hear you loud and clear. The Association of Manufacturers, you are very smart to have chosen to be members of that association. They are big on lobbying. These guys push us from top to bottom to really, you know, look at the issues that are there within the industry. So we are looking at it. There has been, I don't know, some of us may be aware, there was a team that was constituted by His Excellency the President to look into those same issues, the issues of distribution fee, the issues of parking, because a lot of times you're asked to pay for parking annually when you're just distributing in that county maybe once or twice a month. I can see you really shaking your head there. Yes, so we are looking into these issues, the issues of branding. We already have a court ruling that has made some of these fees actually illegal. And this was a landmark court ruling that was between the county government of Mombasa and Base Titanium, where they were charging each truck some amount of money. So we are really looking into these issues. I know a lot of people are feeling like the county governments have come to be yet another level of choking them. But we are trying to devolve services to the people. You no longer, if you're in Central, you no longer have to come to Nyeri for a license. Probably you can just get it closer to where you are. But let us appreciate devolution is young. We have been at this only since 2013. And as a, well, it might appear a long time in years, but remember other countries that we are competing with and benchmarking with have been at this for a very long time. I started out with the county governments in 2013, and I can tell you it's so much better now. Back then, when county governments started, they were like a country in the country. I see you have stood up, and I'm trying not to leave out any of the points I made from him. But let me jump to telling you, those who are not yet invested in Nyeri, and thank you, Raka, why you should invest in Nyeri. I mentioned the challenges that are highly mentioned when it comes to the challenges for manufacturers, especially women. One of these challenges is access to capital. I'm happy that our counterpart from the national government Kenya Industrial Estates are here. They are very good with long-term financing. They are financing right now at 10%, I believe, on a reducing balance. So that is one resource that you could look into. The county government of Nyeri has set aside some money for all businesses, so not just women, youth, everyone. We call it the Enterprise Development Fund. We are lending at 5% only on reducing balance. There are a couple of businesses are now beneficiaries of this, but other than lending, the Enterprise Development Fund actually takes part in developing skills for these business people. So far, we've been able to train around 600 people, and we've disbursed an amount of 40 million. This is a revolving fund, so those of you looking to apply to this fund, remember that money you have to pay back. Because a lot of people have the feeling that government money should be free. Lastly, one thing I would wish to urge all of us, and I am happy when I hear business people talking to us in government. I know government has evolved over the years. It has had many faces, and a lot of us, even as government officers, have different faces. And different governors have different ways of operating. I'm surprised to hear someone who says they've been trying to meet the governor of Nyeri and they have not succeeded. He's the most accessible governor. In fact, sometimes we have to tell him, boss Tosha, you've seen enough people for the day, your blood sugar is down. So let's just look into it, because actually, I don't know, Ibrahim, I think you, you know this. You're always at the governor's office. So please just reach out to us. We are here to facilitate your business. We are not here to frustrate your business. We cannot pretend to know all the challenges that you have in your business. And we cannot pretend to have all the solutions to your business. Let's have a conversation. We have very achieved members in this Association of Manufacturers, same with the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce. Madam Mary, thank you so much. You are what I want to be when I grow up. You, Winnie, you ladies are doing fantastic. And I'd like to encourage everyone. One thing you can learn from Nyeri County as you're here is that women are just as good as men. I don't want to say if not better. I believe in equality. But they're just as good. Nyeri has been leading. We started off 2017 at number 47. Right now we're at number 1. World Bank ratings, si hizi zetu za kulipalipa na huko kando kando. How? Our cabinet is 50-50. 50% women, yeah. I hear UMC, yeah. And 50% men. Our chief officers, 50% women, 50% men. And we are performing well. So let us not look at including women as philanthropy. It affects the bottom line. It improves the bottom line. So my clarion call is that we look into diversity in our organizations, not only for women, but for the youth and the people with disability. With this, I thank you, and I welcome you to Nyeri County. Kama uko na shida zozote, mahali pa kulala, nini, please ask us. We are happy to guide.
Yes.
And recommend places that you can go and enjoy yourselves. With that, I thank you, and may God bless you. Thank you, MC.
Thank you so much for your time, and pass our regards to the governor as well, kwa sababu ya kutupatia hata kukuja huku. We appreciate that time as well. Kuna maswali na kuna watu hata wameniandikia maswali naziona hapa, na time is not on our side, but tutajaribu as much as we can, because the government and the county governments are represented here, so definitely wanabiashara wako na maswali ya kuuliza. Let me just read this one as it is. I don't even know who it was addressed to specifically, but listen to this. Wakati wa COVID-19 na lockdown, serikali ilisaidia sana wafanyabiashara. Mbona mambo yenye ya serikali ilisaidia ilisimamishwa, na mwelekeo ni gani? So I think there was so many interventions from the government, but all of a sudden, so county government, nyinyi ndio mko hapa sana mutaongea on behalf of, because there were very many interventions, and I think one of the business persons as well has asked that question. But just take note of that, because I will give you final chances to address that. But maybe because you were the one representing and we are in your home ground, maybe you should say something to that Bwana Biashara. You should, Right away, please. Shoot it.
Right, thank you. That's a good question. I don't know, I'll just... okay. So it is true there were a lot of interventions that were given, a lot of them by the national government when COVID struck. It was a very uncertain time for us. But then as we moved forward and we realized that the country needs to move, we need to move on. You realize there was a time that the central bank had negotiated with the money transaction. You know, we are used to calling them M-Pesa, but really they are money transaction providers, not to charge under 1,000 and so forth. But those businesses now, they need to make money. They have employees to pay. They have shareholders to pay, and all of these things. So some of the interventions have gone away because they have gone away because I'm trying to look for the right word, whereby what the government had negotiated with the private sector has lapsed. And it's no longer reasonable for the government to expect that the private sector will continue to offer those kind of reliefs. But I believe with the financial institutions, we've heard from quite a number of them, the restructuring of loans is still ongoing. We ourselves in Nyeri County with the Enterprise Development Fund, and I believe with KIE, I've heard we work closely with them for long-term debt. You're able to restructure your debt so that kama ulikuwa unalipa 10,000 na sasa uwezi unaweza lipa 5, unaenda unaongea nao. But the problem I've seen with a lot of business people is when you land into problems, instead of talking, you hide. We call you, you don't pick our calls. You know, you block this person, you block the next person. Just come talk to us, tell us what you're going through, and we are happy to look into those kind of things. The other last intervention we made here in Nyeri County was to reduce the interest rate for the Enterprise Development Fund from 7% to 5%. I think we are the cheapest. We are cheaper than the national government. We are cheaper than New, Majirani. Who else has a loan of less than 5%? I also supervise SACCOs, and I know the lowest interest rate they give is around 6.5, 7%, because it's member deposits. So that's my attempt at that question.
I'm inviting somebody else who will also say what they have done. Let me sanitize you. Thanks a lot. By the way, the sanitizer I'm using, imetoka kwa kampuni ambayo our chair manufactures. It was the first liquid spray in the country. Monona, mambo inafanyika. Please allow me, online viewers, to speak French for a few seconds. Turi okuo. Muri oho neje muri aho tu hanini no ndenda muhenda kaigi 10 tu turi kiuhoro uyu. Ndina kiuria ndenda kuria hari oguo kina kwena kiuria na turoria kiuria kiu na Gikuyu nigetha andu maigue. Wale wote ambao wananisikia, hiyo ni French yetu ya hapa Central. Kiuria gikitathikiriai.
Murega ikwenda kuiga andu no kiuria kiria kwenda kuria ni atiriri. Ithuothe ni tuigaga ng'ombe, tukaiga nguku na ni turikwayaga animal feed nigetha ciagire. Ni atia thirikari citu na muno ta sisi wa kirimo areka ta guku Nyeri guteithiriria andu kuhanda raw material ta sunflower na canola na indo iria ingi, na guku ni kundu favorable. Ni atia areka guteithiriria onongo ni aheaga andu miaturi, ni atia areka kurumirira kona miatu iyo ndinendio nja ya guku ni aruta uki na uki ucio ni urahuthika.
Kiuria kiu ni kiega muno na kiurio for our online viewers, that was our Central French. And she has heard that question. But before we answer that question, before we answer that question, allow me to invite the final speaker of the day. That's the CECM for Trade at Laikipia County, and that is none other than Biwot Tirop. Karibu sana, makofi kwake tafadhali, makofi kwake tafadhali. As he speaks, I was given time for the county to put down that question well, and I will address that. Karibu sana, come to the stage.
Thank you, MC. But we need to be fair for the boy child. There are 3 speakers before me, they were ladies. I know it's a women event, but for the sake of us and the online viewers, and also we provide the market for whatever they're producing. Congratulations, women in business, women in manufacturing. Congratulations, KAM. Congratulations, women that are already in manufacturing, for the work you are doing. Let's applaud them with a clap. It is difficult to start something. That's something I know. It's very difficult to start because as Kenyan, or possibly Africans, we believe in comfort zone. So if you are getting that 30,000, 50,000, for you to go and think something, you can do something else. You relinquish your job. It takes time, it takes a lot of courage. So it is good, we applaud you and what you're doing. This event, I can't say much because I know the benefits and the impact and the outcomes that will come out of here. We have heard all the speakers, what they have said, and they are really encouraging. What I want just to say is believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Because no one will believe in you if you are not believing in yourself. You have to start with yourself. So my fellow colleagues, my friend Dirango Gashunia, who leads the SREB, my new friend, and as I said, is my neighbor down there in Laikipia West. Welcome. I'll show you around and what we have done there so that now you start exploiting that parcel of land. So today I'll just go straight with what we do as a government. The role of the government is simple. We facilitate private sector to do business. As simple as that. Our doors need to be opened so that when you knock there, you are looking for some services, it is readily available. That is one role of the government. Second is to ensure that enablers are provided. That's why we had a very good speech from my friend Phineas Marete from Kenya Power. Because without power, there is no manufacturing. We just be straight to the point. The other thing is about infrastructure, road. We need water. We need drainage. That is the role of the government. The moment we provide that, these people are very industrious. Kenyans they are good in terms of business and entrepreneurship. That's why we are feared in East and Central region. So that is what we are here to do. When we received the invitation, we never hesitated to say that we'll be here. I never knew even the team had invited the governor. So the governor called me early in the morning, and he told me, you need to be there. And I said, yes, I had planned to come and tell you that I'll be leaving for that function. So he said, I come, I pass my regards to you. That is our governor, Honorable Derito Murithi, the governor for Laikipia County. A renowned economist, and is a true partner and patron in terms of manufacturing and industrialization. And I highlight some of the few things that we have done in Laikipia, and so that we can attract you and pull you from wherever you are. Not to leave your branch, but to open another one. So one thing what we have done as a county, we have a very elaborate program. It's called Laikipia Innovation and Enterprise Development. In that program, we have over 200 staff that have been seconded just to assist entrepreneurs and manufacturers in Laikipia County. Out of those 200 staff, 40% of them, they have been sponsored by the county to undergo project management course here at Dedan Kimathi. So that akipata a stricter industrialist asikuwe na wasiwasi, because he has the skills capable to assist. In the same pool, we have trained all the 200 in terms of branding, because sometimes we don't compete with imports, merely because maybe our branding is not right. So we have trained the staff so that in case branding is not very good, the stickers and everything, that is done well. So that when you see in the supermarket, it is conspicuous enough to attract you to buy. The same, we have opened the market. Next month, we'll be taking some of our manufacturers to Mwanza, Tanzania. We took them in 2019, just before COVID, in Rwanda, just to go and showcase and to see new market fronts. Early this month, we took them to the coast region so that they can interact with their counterpart at the coast and see areas where they can complement each other. The third factor that we are doing is we have partnered with the banks. We have so far 3 banks, that is KCB, Family Bank, and also cooperatives. What we are doing, we want to make the loan, the financing, a little bit affordable. Instead of paying 12.5% in terms of interest, the county is paying for you 5%. Therefore, you're only remaining with 7.5% to pay us interest. And that has attracted so many people to come forward and apply for this loan. And it is us, PACUSA, especially where we are coming from. And we know it was a little bit difficult, especially through COVID. The fourth factor, I want to go straight to the point. The fourth factor is at least 70 of the products manufactured in Laikipia. We have ensured our procurement department has the first refusal. So you can't buy anything that is manufactured in Laikipia outside Laikipia. Just to ensure that we provide market and we action what we say. With that, what we are doing also with, and Durango said, is that already we have passed through the cabinet, the protocols, the 10 counties, the SREB economic block, to see that manufacturers are not double taxed, especially distribution and branding. As long as you have paid SBP in Nyeri, in Meru, in Nyandarua, Nakuru, Kiambu, Tharaka Nithi, the moment you show that, you are free to distribute your goods without any hindrance in the county. What is in the store as the sixth factor is the rebates in terms of energy costs. We can't compete with our brothers. If you are paying 24 shillings per kilowatt unit, and yet they are paying 7. So the paper is still in place, and I'm sure in the next 2-3 months, our manufacturer will enjoy reduced energy costs. Now let me go to manufacturing in general. Yes, Rose, we have conversed with you early morning, and we have been stagnated below 10% as the contribution to the country GDP. And I'm sure the moment we encourage more women, even us men, when we call you, can we have a date, and you invite me to your manufacturing, I'll be encouraged to start manufacturing, so that we'll be meeting in seminars. So if we encourage women in manufacturing, I'm sure Kenya will be a manufactured country, so that we compete with China, which is currently at 30.8%. India, our main source of import, is at around 17.5%. So that even if we can move from 7.5% to 13 to 15% in the next 2 years, I'm sure we'll do something. And Laikipia, as I said, and you need to visit there, already we have mapped. We have done a mining survey. We know where iron ore is available. We know where granites, marble, all this. So I am sure, and these are some of the raw products that you women you're using in manufacturing. So kindly, I'll be here until evening. If you want to get that report, come forth. I'll literally provide so that you can see if you can come and utilize some of these God-gifted raw materials, and we are sure we'll have a trickle down. Manufacturing is key. The last, I know, I said, be fair. Last but not least, we know the trickle-down effect, especially in manufacturing. From production, we'll have farmers, and I'm sure that is where cooperative comes in place. Then from there, we have the actual production, we have logistics, we have marketing and retailing. So when you push manufacturing, the trickle-down is too much, and I'm sure each and every one, if you just loop into that value chain, you'll have something to take home. Thank you so much. As I finish, my name is Biwot Rob, the County CC for Trade, Tourism, Cooperatives, and Industrialization. And I'm keen in ensuring that industrialization and manufacturing has grown in the country. Thank you, and be blessed.
Asante sana Biwot. Another round of applause. Makofi tafadhali kwake. So, as I promised you, mambo ya speech tumefikia hapo. Lakini unajua, we are here because of the business people represented, especially by the women, because of the courtesy of the women in manufacturing. Wamama, Najua kanjaa kameingia kidogo, lakini unajua lazima kilichotuleta hapa tumalize, si ndio? Hemo dogiwe na kiuria. You forgot something? Oh, okay. I think they're still working on it. That's why I'm trying to buy time. Hemo dogiwe na kiuria.
Good win on Saturday, wasn't it?
It's about time.
Barry.
Yeah?
Could I have a word, please?
Of course, Jim, yeah.
Sorry to trouble you, but what is it? Remember you borrowed £10 from me the other day, didn't you?
Oh, yes, I did. Thanks for that. That was great,
well,
yeah.
I'm a bit short, you see, and I could
No,
do-
I'm a bit short.
Yeah, no, but I need the money back if you don't mind.
Oh, right. You want it now?
Please, if you've got it.
Can you just hang on a sec, Jim?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay, just a minute.
So, I think I want to give the CC Nyeri to kindly answer that question that was asked. I don't know, unaweza tumia Kiswahili ndio watu wote wa benefit, na hata unaweza mix na kiloko.
Asante sana. Kwa hilo swali lenye limeulizwa katika mambo ya feeds. Kama mngepewa mbegu za vitu kama sunflower. Well, I'm not in charge. Si mimi ninaongoza hiyo idara ya kilimo, lakini kulingana na yale mazungumzo tumekuwa nayo na public participation. Tukisikiza mambo yenye wakulima katika sekta ya wanyama wanaulizia, the first priority for them ilikuwa AI services. So the first thing yenye tulifanya ilikuwa kuletea zile gari za AI na kuajiri veterinary officers wenye wanafanyia AI. Sijui mmefanyiwa kwenu, sivyo? Imekuja kwenu. That is very good. Sasa kitu moja ningependa kukwambia, ni muhimu sana kuwa watu wote, wananchi wote wajitokeze kukiwa na hizi forums zinaitwa public participation. Sababu saa nyingine tunaenda public participation, tunatumia pesa nyingi, tunatuma wafanyikazi wote, wanaenda huko vijijini kuuliza wananchi venye wangetaka na hawajitokezi, hawasemi. Sasa msiposema, venye tulianza na kusema hapo awali, ni nyinyi wenyewe wakulima, wanabiashara ndio mnajua shida zenu ziko wapi. So ni vizuri umetaja, nitamtajia mwenzangu katika sekta ya kilimo, nimuelezee kuwa ungependa pia kupewa inputs hizo za growing animal feeds. Sababu unajua sasa mambo mengine yenye mmesaidiwa nayo ni kama ile kiwanda sasa iko Kieni. Wewe uko Kieni? Wewe ni wa Kieni kuna ile kiwanda mmefunguliwa kule na ile mradi ya KSAP ilikuja kufunguliwa na mheshimiwa governor. So hizo viwanda zote na feeds processing, hayo mambo yote tumefanya kulingana na ule ujumbe tumepata kutoka kwa wakulima wa ng'ombe. Najua shida ya vyama vya ushirika ama ukipenda cooperatives ilikuwa shida kubwa. Sasa umeona tumetatua, tumekuwa tumewatrain nao viongozi wenu. Lakini hilo jambo nitampitishia mwenzangu katika sekta ya kilimo ili wakipanga bajeti yenye inayokuja, hayo mambo pia yanawekwa katika mpangilio huo. Asante.
Asante sana kwa majibu ambayo tumepata, na I hope kama hujarithika bado hawatakuwa mbali. At least you can get some help, unaweza saidika kidogo. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think there's a request for the video and I think it's ready now. Wacha tuangalie.
Good win on Saturday, wasn't it? It's about time.
Barry.
Yeah?
Could I have a word, please?
Of course, Jim, yeah.
Sorry to trouble you, but
what is it?
Remember you borrowed £10 from me the other day, didn't you?
Oh, yes, I did. Thanks for that. That was great,
well,
yeah.
I'm a bit short, you see, and I could
No,
do-
I'm a bit short.
Yeah, no, but I need the money back if you don't mind.
Oh, right. You want it now?
Please, if you've got it.
Can you just hang on a sec, Jim?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay, just a minute. Paul? I'm in a bit of trouble. I'm a bit short. I know you are. You always have been. No. I need £10. You've not got £10 you can lend me, have you? 10 quid? Yeah. I don't think I have. Hey? No, I've only got 5. Will that do? Well, that'll do for a start, yeah, thanks. Oh, you're welcome to that. Hey, thanks, Paul. Thanks. Jim?
Yes, yeah.
You know that £10 I borrowed off you?
Yeah.
Well, I've not got the £10, but I've got £5.
Oh.
So if I give you that £5,
Yeah.
I still owe you £5.
Oh, that's fine, yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah, of course it is.
Oh, great.
Thanks a lot,
Cheers.
Russ, yeah, good.
Hey, Jim.
Yes?
You haven't got the £10 I borrowed from me last week, have you?
Oh, I borrowed 10 quid. I forgot about that. Well, I've got a fiver.
Have you?
If I give you that, will that be all right? And I still owe you a fiver.
You're all right, Jim. That'll
Okay?
do. Yeah, cheers.
Okay, good.
Hey, Brian.
What is it, Barry? What?
Remember last week you borrowed that £10 off me?
Yes, I did, didn't I?
Yeah, you've not got it on you, have you, by the way?
I haven't, Barry. No, I've got a fiver.
A fiver?
Yes. Would you like... I'll give you the fiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I owe you 5.
Well, that's all right.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine, thanks.
Cheers, Barry.
Jim?
Yes, yeah.
You know that £10 I borrowed off you?
Oh, yeah.
I gave you £5, didn't I?
You did, yes.
Well, if I give you that £5, that's me and you square.
Of course it is.
Okay.
Hey, thanks.
Good.
That's good. Oh, Brian. Hey,
what?
You know I borrowed £10 off you.
You did, yeah.
I gave you 5, didn't I?
I got the fiver, yeah.
Well, there's the other 5.
Yeah.
Now we're square.
Oh, good lad. Barry?
Yeah, you know that £10 that I owed you?
Yes, you gave me 5.
I gave you 5. Yeah, look, well, there's the other 5. Now you and I are square.
Hey, thanks, Brian.
All right, great. Cheers, Barry. Paul?
What? Here's that fiver bag.
Oh, cheers, Brian.
Okay.
Let's not see the money aspect, but let's see as these are different manufacturers. They are buying from each other. At the end of the day, everyone will be happy. That was the essence of that whole video. So people in manufacturing, let's embrace each other. Let's complement, let's not compete. Let's complement each other. Even if we are producing the same product, let's segment it into quality. First quality, first manufacturer. Second quality, second manufacturer. And the lower quality, another manufacturer. And I'm sure with that, Kenya will be far. Wow. Thank you.
Wow, makofi tafadhali. I think that's a very good illustration of that element of, benefiting from each other, as he has explained. Asante sana for that. Sometimes videos can explain better things than how we can speak. And I hope your video iko pahali tunaweza sambaza, is it? Thank you so much. I know time is much gone, as I said again, but I really want to appreciate you because that marks all those sessions that we have had, marks the official opening of the Women in Manufacturing Central Conference and Product Parade. So I want you to kindly put your hands together because this is going to be an amazing 2 extra days as well from this. So asante sana to all the representations that we have had right here at home, like Kipia as well, and even in Meru. We want to appreciate you and pass our regards as well to the governors and the leaders in that particular county that you come from. Now, as I said again, and we have talked about the first ever Women in Manufacturing report earlier on, and just to let you know that the WIM program, in partnership with the Kenyatta University, and you had some members speaking there, and Melinda Gates Foundation is undertaking another study on the women in manufacturing. Yes. All right. Another study in women in manufacturing. So we need to be part of this as well. And before I invite the person who is going to give us a brief on the outcomes of the WIM, I want us to take a look at the official launch video of this particular region of the Women in Central Conference and Product Parade. And there's a video to play. Take.
The Women in Manufacturing brought to you the WIM Conference and Expo in the North Rift region. Then the WIM Conference and Exchange visits in the South Rift region. WIM Eastern Region Bankability Conference, and now from the 17th to the 19th November 2021 in Nyeri Town at the White Rhino Hotel, the WIM Central Region Conference and Product Parade. Over 40 products will be showcased. 3-day conference, bankability, trade, skill and mentorship in collaboration with the Kenya National Chambers of Commerce and Industries. We are inviting all women manufacturers, entrepreneurs, and women in the manufacturing value chain, supported by Kenya Power, Safaricom, Space and Style, Thika Cloth Mill, Coca-Cola Beverages Africa, GIZ, Nyeri County Government, Laikipia County Government, Copwell Industries, Kwal, Steamer Sacco, Highlands Drinks Limited. The Women in Manufacturing Program building women entrepreneurs in the manufacturing sector.
Of what to expect, especially during this time of the conference and product parade. And I hope you will interact with all the entrepreneurs who have brought in some of their amazing products that we have here. So as I was earlier talking about, that this is the first ever Women in Manufacturing report that we had mentioned earlier on. And this is in partnership with the Kenyatta National University and Melinda Gates Foundation. And so WIM is undertaking another study as well, and we need to be part of this as WIM program continues to push for policies that will support the participation of women in manufacturing. So to give us just a quick brief on the outcomes of this particular report and a review of it and what is upcoming as well, I want to invite Professor to come, and he will be able to just quickly tell us on what is upcoming on this particular research. Professor is an amazing gentleman who said, because this is lunch hour, I'll be very brief. So karibu sana Professor, and to tuambie what to expect.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, it's lunchtime, and so I'm just going to highlight what we are going to do with the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, especially the WIM program. And I want to thank the chair so much for accepting to partner with us in this particular discourse. I want also to thank Sally, I don't know where she is, and Phyllis, Kituku, and the rest whom we are partnering with. All protocols observed. Thank you so much for CECs that are present. I'm happy that some of the issues that are coming out are actually the issues we want to address, especially the tariffs and other areas. So Kenyatta University, with the funding from Bill and Melinda Gates, came up with the initiative for what works for advancement of women's economic empowerment in Kenya. So WIM is just one of the programs we are trying to evaluate, but there are quite a number of other programs. The Kenyatta University Women Economic Empowerment Hub is headed by Professor Waudo, who is on leave, so I'm acting on her behalf, but I'm also in the hub as a research coordinator and also a principal investigator in the WIM program. The studies are many, they are about 12. WIM is just one of them, but the main aim is one: to get evidence to change policy, government policy, whether it is at national level or a county level. And that's why in all the research teams that I'm going to mention here, we have government, either from the National Commission or Gender Equity Commission, or from the ministry or a state department that is involved in that particular area. Because the Bill and Melinda Gates were very clear with this particular call that we must be able to change policy. So for the WIM program, we are targeting to change the national industrialization policy. Does it favor women in manufacturing? Does it favor women in business? What is it that we can do to change? So we evaluate the program, we see the challenges, and then we work with the government officials who are with us in the team, and also with the Kenya Association of Manufacturers to see what can be changed in terms of policy, so that we even come up with a draft cabinet memo to inform the discussions in the cabinet, so that they can be able to change that policy. So that is the ultimate aim of all these researches. The other researches, we have 12 of them. The first one is women in management and leadership. As you know, women are underrepresented. So we are looking at that area. Then women in corporate governance is also an issue. They are underrepresented. I'm just going through quickly. Then there is this one of women in manufacturing, which my team is carrying out. Then we have another one on transferable skills, that ladies are not picking up the positions, especially at the high levels, because of lack of skills. So what can be done in terms of policy and legislation at national level and also at county level to get the ladies the skills that are needed so that they can become decision makers, they can sit on boards, they can do what they are supposed to do so that their economic empowerment can improve. Then we have apprenticeship, internship, and mentorship for the women also. There's a study there. And then we are also looking at lifelong learning, because learning does not stop. We keep on learning. Even me, when I went to the hub, I had to start learning many things, although I'm a professor of economics. So now the learning does not stop. So lifelong learning, when you are manufacturing, you want to maybe visit China, maybe do something to get some more skills. So learning does not stop. We also want to see which legislation that can be done to encourage lifelong learning. And then the sexual gender-based violence and women's work. How does the sexual gender-based violence affect women's work, and which legislation in terms of policy and legislation that can be changed so as to improve this? And we are even thinking that maybe some of the things would be if, for example, this sexual gender-based violence, we can go a little bit further, especially those who are affected. We can go a little bit further to have a legislation that can be used to empower them economically to do something. The other one is COVID-19 and the tourist sector. Those businesses in tourist sector, how they were affected. Should something like that happen again, what is going to happen? What should the government put in place as policy to help should those kind of shocks come again? And then we have child care and development and women's livelihood. This one is being undertaken by Tarakaniti government, county government. By the way, Tarakaniti county government is one of the partners. There are 3 partners, and we gave them a sub-grant to do the child care development, the creches, and the argument is that and they have already started. They started, so we are just building on what they have. They have a child care in the marketplace. So we are just developing on that and wondering, can this be replicated across so that we release the ladies to actually work, supply more labor instead of taking care of the children. That one is also, combined with the female labor force participation. And then there is Institute of Economic Affairs. We are partnering with them. We gave them a sub-award, and they are looking at gender-sensitive budgeting. This national government, and even the national government, the county government, are they sensitive in terms of budgeting when they are budgeting? Do they take care of the things that can actually empower the ladies in the budget? And then there is, we are also partnering with the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, and for them they are supplying data. But apart from supplying data, they are also coming up with Women Economic Empowerment Index. What goes into the Women Economic Empowerment Index, and then inform government in terms of policy and legislation changes. So we are here, the three of us from the hub, and the main idea we came here is to let you know that there is a hub. It is dealing with women economic empowerment. It is well funded for that work, and specifically women in manufacturing. We want to really work with Kenya Association of Manufacturers and Madam Mary here to look at that and see what is it that we can do to have more women do manufacturing activities, because they are underrepresented and have had this across. So that's the main idea. Okay. There are many things I would have said.
There are many things, yes.
But I can't say. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We have flyers just to explain what we are doing, and there are quite many, so we share with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Professor. Makofi tafadhali kwake. And right now, Dr. Gasheri, a very good friend of mine who is from Chef Naturals and does a lot of cross-county trade, is here. But today, not to speak about many other things. She's also the WIM steering committee member. She's going to give the closing remarks. Dr. Gasheri, as usual, we will make it as brief because our tummies are calling. Please, karibu sana.
Can I be heard now? Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
As Maina has rightfully said, my name is Gasheri Thuku. I am a member of the steering committee for women in manufacturing, where I also chair the partnerships and strategy committee. So I am grateful to have been here. Thank you, Nyeri, for bringing us here. And as women in manufacturing, just being able to see all the faces around puts a smile on our faces. So we would like to thank all of you for joining us today to kick off the Women in Manufacturing Central Region Conference and Product Parade. First, congratulations to all the women I can see around, because this was your event and you really did make it colorful. Well done for attending this event. Thank you to the men, because we are not able to achieve the women agenda if we do not have the men supporting us. So thank you for making it to this event. Women make very good business partners. So thank you for ensuring that you come to support women and that you come to support the agenda of ensuring that everyone is taken care of. Diversity, as the CECM for Nyeri County, Miss Diana said earlier. Thank you, Nyeri County, for hosting us and for being great hosts at it. I can see you all came out to just ensure that this event was a great success. Thank you, Miss Diana, the CECM for Trade, and thank you for opening this event for us. What would we do without neighbors? Thank you, Meru County and the CECM, Miss Lina, for making it for this event. CECM Laikipia County, Mr. Biwat, thank you for being a great partner in this with us, and together with Nyeri County. We are obviously looking forward as women in manufacturing, the WIM to counties editions coming over to your counties. So please expect us, and we hope we get as good reception as we have gotten here in Nyeri. We also would like to thank our partners, the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Thank you for continuously being part of this. And obviously our sponsors, who we would not have done this event without: Kenya Power, Safaricom, Space and Style, Thika Cloth Mills, Coca-Cola Beverages Africa, Capwell Industries, and Steamer Circle. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite all of us to the product parade. Let us support women in manufacturing in Nyeri. Thank you and enjoy your afternoon.
Thank you so much, Daktari, and thank you for also making it very brief. Now, her final words were she's inviting us to the product parade. Kwa hivyo kama wewe ni mwanabiashara ambaye ulikuwa umeweka pale kitu pale kwa tent, you're the only one I'm going to allow to quickly run out because we are coming with the chief guests to come and see some of your products pale. Kwa hivyo najua wale watu ambao nilikuwa nimewaona kule kwa tents wako hapa wengi, na wengine pia wako na watu wao. Kama hakuna mtu kwa tent yako, tunakuja saa hizi with our guests, so you can dash very fast before I call upon all the guest speakers and even the rest of the people to join me and the guests of the day in this particular product parade that we have. And we also want to appreciate all the people who have showcased their products. In fact, there's one that I kept mentioning once, some of them as I go. There's one that I saw that has some uji with courtesy of inaitwa aje, uji banana uji, you know? So imagine we have banana uji. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this particular session, as Dr. Gashi has said. So I want to request the chief guests first to kindly pack nicely. I can see you're getting ready. I want to take you there to where you're going to see some of these amazing products that some of the women in manufacturing has brought in. And if you're a woman watching us online and you have not partnered with the WIM, you better, because you'll be able to be showcasing some of these products from the other regions that will be coming on. Thank you so much for your time for the online viewers. Right now, we just head to the product parade. So guests, if you could kindly follow me, I'll be going forth. Chair, I think you could as well help us since you are home. Utupeleke kwa ground kidogo. Karibuni. So wanabiashara, if you could allow the guests to kind of pass first, we'll appreciate so much. Then we can head forth.